One.
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this feel-good Masters of Golf Friday, April 7, 2023 sports program starts now.
Feel good!
That was a lot of words. That's a lot of words. I was trying to figure out how I was going to balance it together because this is a different Feel Good Friday than any other Feel Good Friday. This is the Masters of Golf Feel Good Friday, where we have a great tournament happening down there in Augusta, Georgia. There's some big names at the top of the leaderboard. We'll talk about that as the day rolls on. Allegedly supposed to be crazy storms. Guess what? Donardo's dead. Nobody knows how to read the weather. The weather is perfectly fine down there in Augusta. Should be a fantastic day two, following a fantastic day one. 5 rounds of 67 or less were shot yesterday. 6 in the entirety of the tournament last year were shot.
Damn.
So the boys are buzzing,
Yep.
the boys are playing, and an amateur named Sam Bennett is stealing the show. He's a Zinner, a Zinosaur, a Zinosaurus Rex. He is a guy who's out of Texas A&M. He's ranked 46th in points for college golf. He's the number 6 amateur in the world, won the U.S. Amateur Championship, gets to play in the Masters. This fucker goes bananas on the Masters course yesterday. He's in like 6th place right now, drained a birdie literally to start today. He's going to continue to go and be in a fantastic tale about having an opportunity, seizing it, and making the most of it, all the while having an incredible tattoo on his left forearm, which was the last note that his father said to him before his dad passed away from...
Like early onset Alzheimer's.
So, and it's his actual handwriting, and it's right there on his forearm, and it says, like, don't wait
to do something.
Perfect messaging for an amateur playing at the Masters, especially coming from his dad. He's been balling. I've enjoyed getting to know about him, but the Masters of Golf is always electrifying, and this year is no different. There's also some NFL stories that we have to put a cap on for the week. We'll be joined by Calvin Johnson in about 25 minutes or so. Obviously, Calvin Johnson is that Calvin Johnson, the guy who had punt coverage on him whenever he was playing wide receiver for the Detroit Lions.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
The old Detroit Lions, not the brand new Lions. The old Detroit Lions. He'll be joining us here in about 25 minutes to chit-chat about his company, Primitive Elevated Wellness, which is combining a cannabis company that he's a part of and a wellness brand to make magical stuff that has like CBD, electrolytes, and trying to make the world a better place, which is what Calvin Johnson has done literally since the day he came onto the scene at Georgia Tech, where he was bigger, stronger, faster, and better than everybody. I think he built like a well system or something like that. Calvin Johnson's like a guy. Calvin Johnson is a legend. He'll be joining us in 25 minutes. And Dana White will join us. In the third hour. Massive weekend for the UFC. Izzy is back in the octagon fighting against an old rival.
That's right.
Mr. Pereira, who has beat him 4 straight times. Right? Was that what the number was?
I believe so, yeah.
3 straight times? This will be the 4th time?
This will be the 4th, I think.
Okay, so 2 times in a previous promotion, kickboxing or something like that. Beat Izzy. Obviously, Adesanya is the greatest athlete of all time. Style bender is how he was being chatted about. He lost to Pereira in their first fight in the UFC here. They fought before just in November. This is a rematch for the title. Will be the main event down in Miami that will also have Street Jesus Jorge Masvidal battling against...
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Gilbert
Burns.
There it is. Gilbert Arenas was almost fighting in the UFC tomorrow in my head.
That would be sweet.
That is literally how the name popped. Gilbert popped in my head. The reason why they are such a good storyline that we could talk to Dana about is because when he made the announcement that it don't matter how this goes. Kobe Covington's getting the next shot at the title with Leon Edwards. There's a lot of boo, boo. He's down in Miami. That's Jorge City down there. I mean, it's going to be an electrifying atmosphere. Can't wait to see what Dana White's predicting, projecting, and thinking about going into another massive one. And are they still doing that
The slapping?
Oh, yeah. They're still slapping.
That's still going on?
I think so.
Da, ta,
Wah.
ha.
Yeah. Fingies locked.
Wah.
You got 30 seconds. Tell my fingers to stop. All right.
All right, stand up.
Here we go.
You good? Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, here we go. I don't think I feel good still.
Oh no, he didn't go down.
All right,
Oh, shit.
my turn again.
Don't flinch. Don't flinch.
Boom. Oh, he's locked up.
Boom! That's what it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that the whole thing? We've only seen the clips, and obviously this is a clips contest. That's what this was made for. This was made for clips on the internet. Dana has been very open about that. Like, our social media action is this. The digital footprint is this. We're competing against other people. We're beating everybody in the numbers. It's like classic internet content. People getting smacked right in the mouth and locking up.
Yeah.
Golly, though. That's a lot of them, though, coming out of one place.
It is.
yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to laugh every time you see
Every time,
see
dude.
the guy doing the squaring up and just waiting for it.
Boom! We've been seeing those for a long time on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, normally they were coming out of like Russia or Eastern Europe, and
Sure.
there'd be some little tiny fuck, and then there was some massive fuck.
Yep.
And I was like, well, we all know what's going to happen. There's no way this is what's going to happen as we're watching it. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, yep, exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Yep.
The big bear of a fuck smacks paw, mitt, through little tiny head. Little tiny head disappears out of the shot.
Right.
I'm dead.
Now it's a sport. People are making money.
Oh, yeah.
It crushes.
People are making good money off of this.
That's right.
And a lot of things are happening. I guess that's the positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
people are making a living out of it.
Changing lives.
People are signing up for it. Well, ask Dana if it's still going. I assume it is. Also, the Ultimate Fighter. What's going on with Chandler and Connor?
Gregor. They going to fight or what?
Are they going to fight up there at 225?
Yeah.
Well,
What are we going to do?
What way do we
How are we going to get it figured out? We'll talk to Dana about that. AJ Hawk will join us. And also your phone calls at 1-833-432-3663. That's the 5-hour NG phone line. 1-833-4-DA-DOME. Should be a fantastic feel-good Friday. We're very thankful that you're here. The Talks Table's here as well. At Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Taryn Diggs is here. Obviously, Pac-Man's been with us the last 3 days. Went to the Future concert last night.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he went to the Future concert here in Indianapolis. I didn't know if any of the boys went. At Evan Foxy didn't go. At Viva Lazito didn't go. Nick Moraldo in the back did not go. Dirty's in the back. He did not go. Bruce, we thought maybe he could go.
Yeah.
But he had to get to bed because this morning there was a new Drake song out.
That's right.
It's a vibe, bruh.
You know what I mean?
Cap.
There's no chance that he could go to that Future concert last night because Future concert would lead to a little bit more afterwards.
What?
And then all of a sudden, he's a little late on the search and rescue out of Drake. So Bruce wasn't going to allow that to happen.
No.
We did have somebody that went last night.
Yes.
And obviously that's Mitt. And Mitt is currently answering the phone, so he's a little bit behind. But Mitt went and paid a shit ton of money to go watch Future last night.
Yep.
And there was certainly a lot of music played last night.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot by Future, though.
Really?
No, not as much.
I guess it was
you'll miss it.
I guess it was a quick in and out out of Future.
The other guy, he did his whole set list.
We were not there. Mitt had a fantastic time.
He did.
But the way it sounded like is Mitt was like, G Herbo was,
Star of the show.
Don Tolliver was,
The guy.
and then it was like, how's Future? He played all his hits. And then he left.
Yeah, they got out of there.
So I think Mitt was
hour.
hoping for more Future last night.
Yeah.
I'm guessing everyone who paid to go see Future last night was hoping for more Future last night.
But it's only bangers only.
Yeah. Right?
It might have been because he was catching up with Pac-Man.
Legit.
And he was,
There's a chance that Pac-Man is the reason that he did not play because Pac and Future, I do believe, were having a little rendezvous last night at the concert. So that would be a rather hilarious development of the whole thing. But we'll ask Pac-Man about that on Tuesday whenever he rejoins us on stage. And shout out to Mitt living his best fucking life.
Yeah.
Let's dive into some NFL stories that are kind of going on. Let's talk about the Masters first.
Let's
just go ahead and dive into it. Right now, Brooks Koepka of LIV
Let's go.
is currently in a commanding lead. Had an incredible eagle earlier, a couple birdies, pars. Everything seems to fall. He won a LIV golf tournament last week. And if you watch that Netflix Drive to Survive golf thing,
That's right.
Brooks Koepka thought he was never going to be able to win golf again. Almost had, I don't want to say the yips, but kind of mentally just was down on himself. Didn't think he was the same Brooks Koepka. When you watch that, you almost feel bad for Brooks Koepka, but you also get the easy understanding of why he took $100 and some million.
Yeah. Yep.
At that particular time, the guy thought he was never going to win golf again. Then when he finds it, yet again, happens to be what? 1 week before the fucking Masters, where everybody's going to be there and the Super Bowl of golf is taking place. What perfect timing for Brooks Koepka to get hot, find his swing, find his confidence. Seems like that's where he's at. Brooks Koepka might win this fucking thing. He's doing it right now.
Yeah, he was awesome yesterday. Tied 7 under yesterday with Hovland and Rombo Bombo, who have not gone off yet today. And then Brookie Cookie came out this morning. He was 4 under, I believe, through 14, and I believe he just got on in 2 on the par 5 15th. So I think he's got an eagle putt on 15 coming up here to extend his lead before the other leaders go off this afternoon.
Where's Whammy Sammy Bennett at?
Yeah. He is 5 under.
Wow.
For the tournament.
Wow.
Which puts him in
Whammy
T8, I believe.
Okay.
Really? What about Pander for Xander? Where's he at?
Listen, I didn't make up Brookie Cookie. Everybody calls him Brookie Cookie.
Well, Rami Bomb.
Yeah, Rombo Bombo.
Everybody calls him that, too.
What about Whammy Sammy?
Whammy Sammy.
Nobody
Sammy
calls
Bennett.
him that.
We don't know. He's an amateur. We didn't ever heard of the guy.
Gary Wary Woodland. How's he doing?
He's so hit or miss. I like the way he plays.
Yeah.
Oh, scary Gary.
That's right. Vicious Victor. What time does he tee off,
Why
Tony?
don't you shut the fuck up?
Whoa!
I believe they're the Rom and Hovland go off around like 1-ish, 1 to 2-ish. That's when the storms will be coming around 3, 4 o'clock.
Tough time.
Stormy warmies.
Oh, no.
Oh, bummer.
You did just back-to-back with the names.
Had to.
So it's hard not to only focus on that. But it was a stacked and packed leaderboard. Right now, Brooks Koepka, Jason Day, obviously we know him, Rom, Victor Hovland. Everybody that we know is pretty much at the top of this playing good golf. That's what these majors are going to be. And obviously the Super Bowl of golf, the Masters of golf, having them perform this well is great news for all parties.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler was up there 4 under yesterday. He's 1 over today, not playing as well today. Jordo Spieth was 3 under yesterday, even put 2 balls in the water. I think he's 2 under today. Morikawa was 3 under for the day. So, I mean, it's happening again today. And that's the leaderboard you want to see.
Morikawa was cheating, though. I mean, this guy's moving his ball
That's
up.
not true.
What?
Yeah, the internet tried to fucking bury Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, I saw it. He moved his ball closer.
No, they took the clip out of context. At that point, where the coin was not where the ball originally was.
Man.
He was trying to steady that ball in that green, which I have been told could be a little bit difficult.
Makes sense.
You know, we looked into it. Those greens can roll pretty quick sometimes.
Yeah.
You got a little breeze coming through there. Also, sitting on the edge of something could be a little difficult. He just threw his coin down willy-nilly while he was trying to keep his ball in one spot. And then as soon as the ball was in a spot, guess what he did? Boom. Marked it. Here we go. This is where we're supposed to be. They were trying to kill this man.
They were?
He said, I don't cheat. What do you think I am?
Kick him off the tour.
Yeah.
That's what people
they're
were saying.
trying to
Do it.
No. Colin, we just literally said why
He's a liar.
He's not lying.
Allegedly, there's only one cheater on Tour, Connor, and it's not Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, it's Fats Reed, allegedly.
Whoa, allegedly.
Whoa.
Cheater. I mean, we heard it yesterday.
Don't
Sue us. Don't sue us.
Shout out to the Chris Vernon Show. Old Verno. He has 1.3 million views as of 2 minutes ago. No, I'm sorry, 30 minutes ago on his Masters update video, which has almost become a part of the Masters.
Oh, yeah.
In our world, definitely. I don't know how many other people. I look forward to, and that's what's going on in Augusta every single year. This dude's a fucking genius. Yesterday, whenever he found out that Kevin Na withdrew, and then he said, Kevin said, nah. Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever he found another word to rhyme with Shoffley, the full celebration, warranted.
Unreal.
We are big fans of this guy, and Brooks just had another birdie here. I mean, Brooks is cooking.
Come on.
Brookie Cookie is cooking
He is.
Chilling.
in the kitchen of Augusta, Georgia. So congrats to all the golfers putting on a show, and congrats to the Masters having the only coverage at masters.com and it being the greatest app maybe ever existing. It has not had one flub.
Nope.
No.
There is no ads.
No freezing.
It's like 4K. It is like one of the best viewer experiences I've had on an app.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Masters haven't figured out, Foxy.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Yesterday, I was just going through it. Rory McIlroy, why did he play so bad? Oh, double bogey, and then I got to see each shot and why he double bogeyed like this. It's such good internet, too, you know?
I wonder if they're trying to sell it.
I don't know.
It's been like that for a while.
This, for like almost 10 plus years, probably.
How come every app's not like that, though? It's such an incredible app.
How come every golf course isn't as well manicured? It's like when you look at this, it's like these motherfuckers are the best at everything, it appears. And the people that are talking about them, it's ridiculous, the people that talk about how good the Masters is.
Yes.
It's like every human that has experienced pretty much every fucking good thing is always like, Augusta, is
That's the one.
the place.
Right.
I wonder why. Is it attention to detail? Is it execution? Is it
It's almost like there's something else afoot here.
Yeah, and to
Something
Nick's-
out of this world, maybe.
I agree with Nick, and maybe not even out of this world, maybe more so in the world, Nick, of Augusta. But I mean, they just take it more seriously, I assume.
Like a bunch of lizards?
Different.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
no,
it's different down there.
no lizards. Yeah, it's different down there for sure, Tony. I'd say.
Pat, those people that say that, though, they've obviously been to Augusta. Were they the one that potentially got you that new hat you're wearing? I've never seen you wear that hat
Yeah,
before.
yeah. This hat was a gift. This hat was a
Okay,
gift,
cool.
obviously.
Cool. They
This
make
hat was a
$7
gift.
million a year.
This hat was a gift.
Okay.
This ball was a gift.
Whoa!
Whoa! Had this yesterday. Nobody noticed.
That's right.
Yeah, this is an Augusta football.
No
gift.
big deal.
It's a great gift.
Thank you for this gift, whoever got it for me. You're the best. Steady!
Boom.
Steady! It's old school football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice leather.
Gosh darn
Just
it,
like
right.
Bobby Jones and Clifford Roberts wanted it, the founders of Augusta National, that has one of the greatest wine cellars in the history.
Oh,
30
yeah?
pages.
That's
been-
what they're reporting it.
Yeah.
That has been
That's
reported by
sweet.
somebody.
Yep. Per Joe Pompliano, I believe.
Talking
Per-
about
per
it,
Joe Pomp.
absolutely. I've heard it's a beautiful place. That's
it
what
is.
Joe Pompliano was talking about.
Yeah. Pomp knows everything about
They say
Augusta.
people sit down at that. This is just obviously what I said. 10, 11 bottles of wine, just like
Just
yeah.
crushing.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
Jeez.
I've heard of that place. Just a fantastic experience. What I've been told.
I could see that. Did Pompliano say anything about how much of this wine? Is it just all underneath Augusta, or is it an unlimited wine cellar? How's it work?
I don't know. That
Big
is
one.
an interesting. What did Pompliano all say? That is
There
a.
was 30 pages to choose from on this of their wine cellar, which is a lot of pages of wine.
Okay, so that's the menu.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pompliano reported nothing about the actual wine cellar itself.
Not that I saw. I said it was just
Okay,
beautiful,
yeah,
but-
just heard it was beautiful.
Okay.
Heard it was
That
beautiful.
might have been on Golf Digest.
All right, let's talk about kind of fighting through some things.
Okay.
Of course.
I just want to let everybody know I've strained my popliteus.
Yep.
My popliteus.
The platypus muscle.
My popliteus muscle, which is right in the back of the left knee now. So if you see me moving today, a little gingerly, it's because my popliteus right here in the back of my left knee got strained yesterday during some Thunderball. Now, I choose to wear some new shoes yesterday. That was because those other shoes I knew would come and go. I was running them hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost time to get a new pair of Thunderball shoes.
Oh, yeah.
So I got a new pair. I shouldn't have done that. My fucking popliteus
Just on fire.
Yeah. Just couldn't handle it.
just full on ache. I had to get the game ready out last night. Had to do the whole thing. Wife, 8 months pregnant, mocking my mobility last night around the house.
What kind of shoes did you? What new shoes did you have?
I had some Nike runners on. They were
okay.
runner
That's a problem.
shoes, and I don't know if they were ready for Thunderball. I think it was for if I was just.
Running
line.
straight. Yeah.
They looked like nice shoes.
They were. They felt good too. To be honest, I don't know. There's your popliteus. This is.
Right.
Oh, no.
It's in the back there, so you could actually feel it. It's kind of the thing that connects, obviously, your hamstring to your
Looks
calf.
very
your knee
important.
bone.
Very important muscle.
Yeah, it touches a lot of things too. If you look around there, there's a ligament in there. There's a strain in there. Yeah, my popliteus right now a little bit strained because of Thunderball. So sometimes you just got to battle through some stuff. I did miss Thunderball this morning though, first time, and
Not happy about it.
We missed you.
It wasn't the same.
boy, I want to let you guys know on Monday. Okay, I'm back.
Is that what the doc's saying?
Was that what the doctor
Dog,
you
it's
cleared?
just 2 days.
Are you?
That's what I heard, right? Is that not what we heard? That's what we
Might
heard.
be what you
I'd
heard.
expect nothing less.
3-day
Thank you.
recovery.
Should be all right. You're not a big fatso, so you should be good. You're in great shape.
Yeah, it's not like there's an organization going to keep you out here.
I'm not in like the greatest of shape, okay, but I am in okay shape. You put me in one of those wrestling rings though, next to some of those guys.
Ooh.
Logan Paul has a 14-pack.
Yeah.
Did you see
Shredded.
that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Austin Theory, terrible guy.
That
Scumbag.
guy freaking sucks.
Dumb.
Shredded.
Stupid.
Everybody over there is just absolutely stropped.
Ricochet?
Even the Miz, who's he's got to be near 60 years of age at this point. Just absolutely shredded. So I appreciate you saying that. I would like to start my fitness journey yet again here, but I'm being held up by my popliteus. So I'm gonna get that thing better. I'm gonna be back on Monday, and you guys are in some shit. I might have been told by the person I talked to that taught me the name of the Popliteus.
Okay.
That this was a 7 to 10 day thing.
Oh, no.
And then I need to.
Oh, so you're out next week.
He doesn't understand, though, that the Morning Thunderbolt boys don't take 7 to 10 days.
No.
Who has that time?
That's a different organization.
So I got a massive weekend. He will rise and come at some point this weekend. Got family that I'll be able to see. Tonight I'll be able to hang out and sleep and rest with the wife. I mean, I'm back Monday morning like nothing ever happened. You need to know that.
Yeah, I hope so. But what happens if you come out here and your Popliteus acts up and then you're out, 14 to 21 days? You want that to happen?
What is this guy?
Can't have that. Thunderball will die without you. I'll just be honest.
Don't.
It will die without you.
No, well, I'll be here.
Your Popliteus has to get it together.
Nah, but
Tell
I'll
that
talk
knee
shit.
to get it together.
Well, it's
Let's
not
get
the
some
knee,
Toradol
it's
on
the
that thing.
Popliteus.
Is there water in your pool right now?
Toradol would be the right play here.
Is there water in your pool right now?
Yeah.
Okay, head from your sauna to that pool. I assume
That's
it is
smart.
heated, but it's probably a little chilly right now.
No, yeah, the wife was in charge of the pool. She put that thing set to 98 degrees.
Perfect.
So,
So we got a big hot tub and a little hot tub.
Okay, that's awesome.
Should be pretty expensive. But water, it helps with the whole
Yeah, keep that leg in
being
there.
pregnant,
Are you worried that you're going to be slower and not as good at Thunderball anymore?
Listen, I'm coming back better than ever, they said. That's when my Popliteus.
No, this ain't Tommy John.
Listen, of the back of the leg.
I don't know.
And you come back better after 3 days or 7 to 10 days?
Well, the Popliteus is going to heal. Listen, I talked to a wise man yesterday.
Who's
okay?
that? Paul Heyman?
No, well, I would talk to Paul, and he would probably say something similar.
Okay.
Shout out to Paul, the maestro of the microphone. Another person, similar profession as the wise man, and he had to go through a procedure. Okay, he had to go through.
Popliteus?
No, it has nothing to do with the Popliteus.
Okay.
But just the body as a whole. He had to go through a procedure on his body, yesterday. Godspeed. He knows who he is. And I said to him, how long has this been happening? What you had to get fixed? He was like, it's been like a couple years, but, the doc tells me I have like a vitamin C deficiency. I go, okay, sounds good. I tell my body, we're making more vitamin C now. Yeah. We don't need your supplements. Hey, you got an iron deficiency. No problem. Let me tell my body, start making a little bit more iron.
Wake up.
I'll start focusing on it now. My body will take care of it. He said it's the first time that his body just didn't fucking take care of it for him. Had to do the surgery. He'll be out like a week or two.
Oh, no.
I'm a similar thing. As he was laying out that whole thing, I'm like, man, my fucking dumb, arrogant, selfish, cocky ass has done the same thing. Like, hey, you got a problem with your blah, blah, blah. You should probably do this. Okay, cool. Let me tell my body. All right, let me just
figure it out.
Let me tell my body to go ahead and fix that. So what I'm saying is I've talked to my Popliteus.
Yep.
Oh.
The Popliteus on the left leg knows Monday's a deadline.
Gotcha.
And if it doesn't get it fixed, I'm worried I've lost it. Like this man who talked to me yesterday is very worried about losing everything. So I kind of would like to keep that all in touch. So if I'm not out here on Monday, maybe ask me how I'm doing, because I'm probably going to be going through some tough times instead of the normal bullying that you normally do.
All right, absolutely. Well, how did that conversation go with the Popliteus? Was it receptive or was it a little worried?
You tell me. You see it right now. What did I do yesterday?
Well,
what was I doing yesterday?
That's my point. Yesterday you were, wheeling around in that wheelchair like you really were relying
today.
Now.
Look at this guy.
Today?
Popliteus.
No.
Popliteus.
But I'm just saying, what did the Popliteus say? Because I know what you're saying, but I want to know what the body's reception
Listen,
was.
I shouldn't drop my trowel right now. I was thinking I just shaved the back of my leg to put these heat patches
I saw that.
You did.
on my Popliteus.
I also saw you try and bend over and pick something up.
Like a Shaq
earlier.
Icy Hot patch?
Boom.
Yeah.
I had to shave the Popliteus area to put that thing on there.
Yeah,
Smart.
Not easy to shave the back of the knee. I used to shave the whole body a lot just because. Started in soccer because I would potentially, every once in a while, like, oh, boom, sorry about it. Asshole on the field. And then I played against some French kids, and they started pulling my
Ripping
hair.
the hairs out. Yeah.
My leg. I'm like, ooh,
Don't love that.
good move.
Yeah.
Like, that was a good move.
Did they say, oh, we need this?
Yeah.
What's that?
The hair.
No. What?
They try to rip it off you and put it on their body.
No, the French are hairy. They just tried to make my life
Especially
miserable.
their, especially their armpits.
So I literally said, that ain't ever happened to me again. So I just started shaving my whole body.
Smart move.
Yeah, it started looking cool too.
Are you sure you don't want to ease your way into this? Maybe go like 0-on-1, and then maybe go doubles, and then
All
go
right.
50% singles, and then maybe ramp yourself up to 100%.
We do have an update on Zion Williamson that we'll be doing in the second hour, and I am not happy about it.
Nope.
Okay, just know that our Zion Williamson update is one that is not going to be good for those of us that are massive Zion Williamson fans.
That's right.
Which I am as well. Sham Sharania broke some news earlier. We'll talk about that in the second hour. Let's talk about some things happening around the NFL. We've seen Aaron Rodgers coming out of Topanga Rocks.
That's right.
Small bag, little Buddhist behind him. Chose not to buy that. Did buy something that fit in a tiny little paper bag that is recyclable because at Topanga Rocks, we're making the world a better place.
Better be.
Not a worse place.
Well said.
Now, New York Post captured those photos. I don't know if they paid more than TMZ did to the pops that were sitting outside of Topanga Rocks. I'd assume that particular rock store has a lot of celebs coming in and out. Those rocks with a full moon around, you know that it's going to be a busy season.
It was full
It was
last night,
basically Black Friday for Topanga Rocks with a blue moon on the horizon in a couple weeks and the pink moon last night. So you're talking about a busy place for people that believe in those types of things and practice that type of stuff. Aaron Rodgers was there. A lot of people wondered, is Aaron Rodgers getting better right now? What's Aaron doing?
He's at a rock star.
Is he staring at the whales out there out of his house in Malibu, watching them either fuck or give birth? We haven't been given an answer on what it is yet whenever you're whale watching, what they're actually doing. Aaron doesn't even know what the thing is. Aaron's getting after it.
Yep.
Aaron has not been traded to the Jets just yet, and Jeremy Fowler reported this morning that it's all because of contingency picks for the next couple years, depending upon how long Aaron Rodgers plays. That'll get figured out, they're saying. The Packers and Jets have an agreement. There is just future contingency picks that need to get sorted because they don't know how long Aaron Rodgers will be playing. Aaron Rodgers is getting after it. With who? Former teammate?
Alan Lazard.
And Alan Lazard is now?
He's a New York Football Jet.
And his future teammate.
Oh, my God.
Working out right now, doing stuff physically.
Wow.
So not only is he working with his rocks and spiritually, emotionally, not only is he watching the whales do their thing, he's busting his ass with Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard, they're playing tag. Look at
How much fun they're having.
Let's have fun playing football again, is what Alan Lazard said and what Aaron said. And then they did their little handshake afterwards that they do after throwing touchdowns to each other. And now they're just preparing to be the best football players they could possibly be for the New York Jets whenever a deal is done. Ty, whenever you see two old friends gathering like this and having the time of their life, you can't help but be happy for them. It looks like they're enjoying life more than they've ever enjoyed it. Ain't that right, Ty?
I actually don't have any malice. Like I said, I'm kind of like it's over and done with. Neither one of these guys are Packers anymore, so either you can bitch and moan about that fact, or you can, you can look at it and say, hey, you know what, two former Packer greats are enjoying their time together. These guys are still buddies, and they're looking forward to the next chapter of their careers, which Packers fans should look forward to the next chapter of our team's,
Hell yeah.
next run. But yeah, you love to see it. I mean, people were kind of worried, hey, Rodgers he's shopping for rocks. He's doing all this other bullshit. He's drinking,
Bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I said that. I'm saying a lot of people are saying, what's this bullshit this guy's doing?
Okay. And his flip-flops on gravel. That probably hurt his toes.
He might have hurt his toes.
Tough feet.
Good to know, though.
COVID.
Guy hasn't lost it. Okay, he's not going to go a couple weeks without throwing the pigskin or getting a nice little workout in. He's going to be ready to go whenever this thing goes through. Jets fans should be very excited.
What do you think he said to Alan Lazard there, Connor? What do you think is? What are we laughing about? Gotcha, Big Apple.
I assume it was something like, "Hey, Alan, I got you a really cool gift," and it's in a shoebox, and then he opens the box, and it's one of those tiny rocks from Topanga, and he's like, just kidding, it's just a rock. I know you hate rocks.
What if that was a rock that Alan Lazard always wanted?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So he was just trying to hug him, and Aaron's like, I'm just being a good friend. And Alan Lazard's like, get over here, man. Is that what's going on?
Probably the new prosperity rock for him going from one team to another. He needs different rocks. The lighting and the sun and moon is much different in Green Bay than it is New York, so he needed a new set of rocks, and Aaron was nice enough to give him that.
Okay, wearing the pandas too, guy? I mean, look at the knee drive on Aaron. Still got it. Remember, he's still got a little bit of wiggle. A lot of people calling him washed that are Packers fans. But then those same people are going to be pissed off for the lack of what you got in draft picks on the other side. Guy's terrible. We didn't get enough for him. Two different things that some people will be fighting for over in the Packers fan base. But I seen Jordan Love thrown with Aaron Jones.
That's right.
They looked unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
This might be a win-win-win for all parties. Very rarely do you get to see that. I'm excited for everybody in the next step. Now, if the Jets do bad, Aaron will be judged for all of this very, very heavily.
Oh,
yeah.
And we talked to a Jets fan yesterday, and that Jets fan off air was incredibly negative.
Yeah.
He said, I'm hearing about all the weapons we have and how good our team is and how good Aaron Rodgers is. We're the fucking Jets, dude.
Exactly.
What is Aaron going to do whenever we're 1-9 for whatever reason? It's like, whoa, dude. That is a negative attitude. We need to get you some fucking rocks, bro.
Yeah.
Charge him from the full moon. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around. If he goes on and has success, he's going to be judged accordingly for that.
Right.
And just like the Packers, how many years should they be given? That's a big question. At least 2, I think, with Jordan playing football for the first time really this year and Guti getting a chance to see his whole team for the first time. I'll be excited to see 3 years from now how we judge it all. Joining us now is a man that we all judge the exact same way. This dude was a fucking dog. An absolute stallion on the football field for Georgia Tech and then the Detroit Lions. First ballot Hall of Famer, even though we all believe we were robbed of getting to see him play football for as long as he definitely could have. Former Detroit Lion. Now, one of the founders of Primitive and Primitive Elevated Wellness, making the world a better place. Ladies and gentlemen, Calvin Johnson.
Hey, what up, fellas?
Hey, how are you, man? Living good?
Good, Pat. How you doing, man?
I'm good,
I
man.
see you all the time. You look good.
Hey, thank you. You look good too, dude. You working out still?
it.
We still in? What did you play at, and what are you at now? And will this be what you are forever?
I played at right at 240. I'm right at 230 right now, and I'll probably be 225 to 230. That's probably where I'm at.
When you retired, that's me too. We look differently. Whenever you retired, obviously everybody wanted you to still play. Did you work out as if you could potentially go back for an extended period of time after you retired, or did you flip the switch, move on completely? I'm retired, Calvin Johnson now.
Man, I knew the day that I retired, man. 'Cause I worked my ass off. I knew when I retired, I was going to go sit on my couch and enjoy it. That didn't last long because, we're so used to being structured and whatnot. So, I got back into it. I stay active. I live an active life. Snowboard season is coming to an end now, sadly. But so now it's trying to get ready for golf.
You shred Powell? Dude, you shred Powell out there? You go.
Bro, I was in Park City a week or two ago, last week, I think. And we had like 1.5 feet of snow. It was like just shy of my knees. It was beautiful.
Did you do that your whole life, or did you get into it once you got retired?
Yeah, I wasn't doing nothing on ice while I was playing. I'm from the South, man. So we don't do nothing on ice, man. And so my wife, though, she's from Michigan. She got me skiing right after I retired, and I switched over to snowboard probably like a year after skiing.
How come?
I like being locked in. I don't like having my legs because, if one leg can hit something that one ski can hit something that the other doesn't. And you don't want this little motion right here with your leg because that just goes up to your knee, which is terrible for the knees.
Yeah, your popliteus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the muscle in the back, the popliteus could definitely kind of rattle. Are you good? You're like a good snowboarder, you would say? I assume with how incredibly athletic you are, if you're focused on something, you're going to be good at it. Are we hitting half pipes? Are we doing like trails? What are we doing whenever we're getting out there?
Yeah, I'm not doing half pipes, and I ain't trying to fall on that ice, man. But I do ramps. I don't do any rails. When I'm in the park, I do ramps. I just like to get air. I've seen too many people fall on those rails and get carted off that thing, so I'm good on that.
Hold on, are you doing like McTwisties out there? Hold on, there's a chance to go to Park City. I look up on a mountain, and this fucking giant is on a snowboard, and then you're jumping, and then landing, and then going down, getting in that line, doing the fucking this thing, and then right back into the seat, right back up there. That's happening right now?
That is happening, man.
That is awesome.
Wow.
I'm so happy you're having a blast. That sounds like a great time. Holy shit.
Yeah, snowboard is awesome.
This is you right here? Or are you recording?
Just shredded.
Oh, how you get that?
It's from your Instagram.
Oh, that's like 5 years. That's like a couple years ago. Yeah, that's old.
Yeah,
But I have to get you some new stuff.
Holy.
But that's at Park City, actually. That's good.
Hey, so you go straight from snowboard season to golf season. How's the golf game? Really good?
I'm hitting 80s between I'm just saying that I'm 85 to 90, so I'm like a 13 handicap, 15 handicap.
What's the best part of your game?
I'm trying to keep it. Best part of my game, I would say like 100 in right now.
That's like the hardest part, right?
Yeah, 100 in. I'm good in my short game. I got to get that intermediate. I got to get like 175, 200. I got to lock that down. If I can lock that down, I think I can get consistently under 90, consistent, like stay in the 80s, get in the low 80s and break 80. That's the next goal is to break 80.
You watching the Masters? You a big golf fan?
Man, you know it. I just flew up here from Georgia yesterday. So I was down there, and it's Masters fever down there.
You were out on the grounds?
No, I wasn't on the grounds. Heck no. Oh no. I'll stay in Atlanta when I'm down there, but it's just, everybody down there has their Masters hats on, Masters flag is waving everywhere. So, everybody's ready for it. Golf season is in full effect.
Calvin, that's hilarious. How tall are you again?
6'5".
Dude, on a snowboard, 6'5", and then fucking on a golf course. Inside 100 yards, just throwing darts. That's the hardest part, inside the 100 yards. Sounds like you're going to take it over, just like you took over football whenever you got involved. Obviously, whenever we played you in the first half, I think you had like 2 touchdowns, maybe 15 receptions in the Gator Bowl. And then the second half, they didn't throw you the ball again. And it was awesome. We won.
Crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was awesome. It was amazing. None of us understood what was going on, but we weren't going to mention a thing. We're just going to let that.
I was getting paid.
Yeah, had to have. Let's talk about you in primitive elevated business. Okay, so I know you got into cannabis, right? You own a cannabis company, is that right?
Correct.
So is it grow house? Is it the full operation? How'd you get involved, and how hands-on are you?
Yeah, man. So, shortly after I retired, a year or so after, I got into real estate. With Rob Sims. He was already he retired a year before me. We had some success, and it was just timing wise. The industry came on. I think it went recreational in 19, maybe 18 or 19. And, we had the opportunity to get involved. And so we dove in because we were passionate about cannabis. We used cannabis while we played, but I truly felt that there was more to it than obviously, how heavily stigmatized it has been over the however long. So really just trying to, highlight the healing powers of the plant. We dove in, we started and got our cultivation license first. Then went on and got a processing manufacturing license. And then we got a retail license, making us completing our full vertical in 21, the end of 21. So that it was definitely a journey. It's been up and downs of starting a business, but now, man, we're 5 going on 6 years in, and we're starting to see some fruits from all the work that we put in. And can't nobody come in here and tell us from our team or whatnot we can't do this. This is too hard or whatnot, because we've done everything from the ground up. We've done everything from sweep the floors, cut the plants, check out customers. Just trying to serve. Show and bring that servanthood to our team and showing them, if you serve the people that you're around, we can't help but to grow together.
Hell yes, you're real hands-on. It sounds like.
Yeah, let's go.
Sounds like you're real hands-on. It's not easy either. The licensing part of it all is a massive ordeal. There's some shit coming out of some states on how people are getting some licenses, and obviously anytime you get politics involved in anything, there's going to be some corruption, but that's not an easy process at all, let alone the fact that it's not federally legal, so you can't use federal banks because there's a chance that they can just ice up your money, freeze up your money, because federally they'll be able to do that, which is a part of the whole conversation, I think, in the next couple steps that are going to take place. You being in there since the beginning is smart. You might be the next fucking Marlboro man whenever this whole thing goes, Calvin. It's a good business to get into. I'm a firm believer in the cannabis plant and everything that it brings. You said we used to smoke whenever we played or whatever, but it was kind of stigmatized. I've given a much higher percentage of guys that I think smoke in the NFL than most others. Have you done that yet? And what are your thoughts on it?
You mean like the percentage of the guys throughout the NFL that smoke like 75, 80, something like that you're talking about?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say that, like, when I played, I would have said that 60% of guys are either consuming or have used. Now I would say that's probably closer to 80%, if not more.
I agree.
By this time, honestly, it could be 90% that have used, maybe not currently using, but have used, and and using, I think that could be like 85+% currently.
I think so too. I think as more states are becoming legal too, it's just becoming more common conversation. I'm in California at my hotel, and I just go onto an app, and I get 2 boxes of pre-rolls, some edibles, and some flour delivered to the hotel in a Tesla in like perfect wrapping. And then I'm able to like tip the person, and boom, I'm off and running. It's like in some states, it is just like you're ordering from fucking Applebee's.
Yeah.
And then in other states, if you accidentally get pulled over with some, man, see ya. We could
20 years
put you in there forever. It's a very weird transition of, I think, perspective versus what reality is. And with the NBA completely removing it from the testing for players, I think the NFL is right around the corner because precedent has already been set in another league. Do you think that? And do you ever, because you're Calvin Johnson, have conversations with Roger Goodell or anybody else in positions of power around the NFL about how they test for it and how much better it is than a lot of these pharma products that players inevitably end up falling apart of because of in the long term?
Yeah, 2 things there, I guess. Well, I guess we have to wait around for the next CBA. So I don't know. What are we 2 years into the new one? So I think that'll be the time where they try to negotiate that and even fully get rid of it, like the other leagues. Especially if I don't know if they test for it in baseball, but if all the other leagues continue to take it off of their list, I think it just be that snowball effect, and it'll happen hopefully with the next CBA. But to that point, and talking to Roger Goodell, we're waiting to get in the right position. We created a brand that's clean and primitive, and then we created new products with primitive performance, and we were waiting for those new innovative products, that we were going to create, to really highlight the healing powers of the plant in different applications. We talk about pre-roll, we talk about flour all day, but we're talking about healing in a different application. Bringing it to people in the way of topicals or electrolyte mixes as we have done. I think you really changed the conversation around cannabis and really what this plant can do.
Yeah, we got your package here, and we're
sweet.
Incredibly impressed with the
awesome.
Like you said, we got a tight, like a professional operation. I think that's a big part of it, like displaying like, hey, this is real business. There's real science behind it all, and we're taking it very seriously. And I think in this primitive performance stuff that you're selling, I don't think there's any THC in this. It's just CBD. So it's utilizing the cannabis plant without having anything that anybody could fail a test. And also you can sell nationwide. Good play. Good play.
Smart.
And it's good product. That's good stuff, Calvin.
Correct. Yeah, we did it the CBD fashion for e-commerce, and the good thing about it, man, is featuring nanotechnology. It's not just your run-of-the-mill topical, or there's not many electrolyte misses out there, if any, in the cannabis market, but it's featuring a high-performance nano emulsion, and that's really just breaking down a particle size so small that it mainly bypasses the intestinal system and gets to work into the bloodstream. In contrast to what's currently out there, the distillate products that are used, it's very fast acting. So that transdermal topical is my favorite.
Are you a genius?
I'm not a genius. I just got great people on the team.
Yeah, but you got to find those great people, right? A lot of people have people on their team that aren't great people on the team. Well, so you have to have some sort of...
As you know, we play football. I don't know, I can't really speak for you, but I've seen good and bad teams.
Oh yeah.
So we know what it looks like to have that, and it's really just to break down communication a lot of times, which lead to those bad teams. But we know what it looks like, so we have put a goal together to put together a good team of people that we can rise together with.
Now, the obvious joke that's sitting there that I won't say, okay? But there will be people that do say it.
Don't say it.
Have to.
Don't say it.
You said you've seen good and bad teams. That is something that's interesting, certainly with the history of the Detroit Lions and how performance has been judged since the beginning of games that keep score. So like the year that we were 2-14, the Colts, and we ended up with the number 1 pick to take Andrew Luck. There was like 9 games that were 1-score games where if the ball actually potentially bounces into hands of one of our guys that we did not know the name of, he just joined us on Thursday. Yeah. He's somehow starting middle linebacker now for us. If the ball just hits off a helmet into his hands, he takes a pick 6 in. we win that game somehow. But instead, we end up going 2-14. Do you think that the Lions are just cursed? Do you think you're a part of that curse? Do you think there's a reason that the ball just seems to not go in the Lions' favor on a regular basis like everybody else's? And are we getting the proper read on how you view some of the teams that you played for there in Detroit?
Man, that's a loaded question. I mean, I think that, with Detroit, I don't think it's a curse situation.
A lot of us think they just need to give you your money back.
Yep.
100%. A lot of us think that.
100%.
A lot of us think that, Calvin. Just give him his fucking money. And then the curse is gone. Anyways, back to what you were saying. Loaded question.
Yeah, I mean, it starts from, like I say, it starts from the top down in these situations. And, so I think that you just have to set the culture right. The culture just has to be set right. And I think that Dan and team, Brad Holmes and team, I believe, and I thought even throw Mike Disner in there because he's he's been the catalyst in me working things out with the team over there. I think it's just the right energy from the top, and then that will permeate the culture and the team. But it starts at the top. It honestly starts with the ownership on down. But they have I really like what they have with having Dan. They have a players coach, somebody that's out there. I played with Dan, so much respect, coming from me. I love what he's doing with the team. And it feels like last year, halfway through the season, it just clicked for them a little bit, and they're just like, they're obviously they want to play for Dan, but it seems like, they're able to just get things together, situationally and be able to, and not have that ball bounce the other way, but be able to capitalize on those moments.
Yeah, there's some trick plays that worked. I mean, 4th and 1, drag, tight end.
Right.
It was like the brand new Lions.
Football.
Yeah, it was like the brand new Lions almost.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, when you look back on your time in some of those teams, do you think hey, some of our teams we could have went on a run with, and then the world just doesn't really know that when you look back on it? Because obviously Stafford goes over to L.A., wins a Super Bowl, and they talk about the year you and him had together. It's like there had to be some fucking great teams over there. For whatever reason, just didn't go on a run. Some people just get unlucky. Is that how you view some of the teams that you guys had?
100%. We all knew on our team that we had, obviously a quarterback that could lead us all the way. Obviously, we saw that in the first year. He went over to another team. It's just about the culture, like I was speaking about. But, we knew we had the team. We had a great defensive line. We had a great quarterback. We had a great receiver group. We had a solid secondary. We had a lot of good pieces. We made it to the playoffs a couple of times there. And, especially that the beginning of it, that 2011 year. I feel like that was our year, but, we didn't make it past the Saints at the very beginning there. But, we definitely felt like we had the juice. And anybody that had to play Detroit at that time, they knew they had to reckon with a tough team.
Feel good to be able to cheer for the Lions again?
It does. It's easy to cheer for Dan. Even it was easy to cheer for Dan from that first press conference. I was a fan of Dan, from when he began coaching and seeing what he was going to do. But that first press conference, bite him in the kneecaps, that had me rolling. He had me from that.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be anybody else but himself. It did appear. I think Foxy back there, who's a big Lions fan, has a massive grin on his face to hear that. I think Dan has done a lot for people to enjoy the hell out of the Lions.
Definitely. Last year was so much fun, and Calvin, I got to ask it. I know everyone asks you all the time, but I mean, we're April 7th, 2023. Where do we stand with the organization right now? Are things getting better? Are things getting positive? Or how has that been over the last couple years?
I mean, really till this year or the end of last year and then going into this year, we've really been in some good communication. We've been in communication, put it like that.
Good.
It's been good. Mike Disney's been leading that over there. So it's been good talks. We've been actually making some moves. They're helping out my foundation. This year. Oh, yes. So that's the beginning of some good things coming.
Let's go shake their hands.
Nice.
Here we go. This is good news, Calvin. Now, there's just an easy way in our eyes.
Yeah.
To just kind of, you've seen it in Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
You've seen it at golf tournaments.
Absolutely.
You've seen it in a lot of things. You see Jackie Moon, semi-pro. Yeah. Just one of those big checks.
Yep.
That's it.
It's just easy. One of those big ones you got to take to a big bank.
That easy.
And then it's just a pretty easy. Calvin's not saying that.
No.
We are just saying this from outside looking in.
We've been saying it for years.
It does appear as if that's a pretty easy way to kind of take care of it. And also, let's go shake their hands.
Shake
A little
their
bit of
hands.
respect. It's great to hear that out of the Detroit Lions. Foxy's pumped up to hear it. Connor has a question for you, Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin, you mentioned how you're 6'5", and Pac-Man Jones, who takes care of Chris Henry's kids, has a son, Chris Jr., and he is 6'5". He's a freshman in high school, and right now he's worried he's going to get too tall where he can't play, football anymore, and he'll have to go play basketball or something. Was there ever a time for you where you were worried, like, holy shit, I am almost too much of a beast to play football, and I have to maybe switch sports, or did you kind of hit your growth spurt at the right time?
Hit my growth spurt like 8th, 9th grade, somewhere in there. But baseball was my sport, man. Until I really got to 10th grade, maybe 11th grade. That's when football just kind of took over. Baseball literally got boring. We had a good baseball team, good pitchers. I'll be out there in center field chasing them down. Sometimes I'll be out there, just standing for a long time because we had good pitching. But I love baseball. I grew up loving Ken Griffey Jr. I always wanted to knock it out the park like him. And but once I started playing football, man, baseball became, second nature.
How do you feel about if I think Pac's big worry is not a lot of successful 6'7" wide receivers, 6'8" wide receivers. Obviously, you reap the benefit of being taller than most everybody and more physical than everybody. Is there merit to that, you think? And why would that be the case?
Being taller and more physical than everybody?
No, like 6'7", 6'8", not being good as an NFL wide receiver.
Got you. I mean, it just has, really just depends on your build, honestly. Your quick twitch. If you have that quick twitch, I think you could be good. You really just have to, really focus when you're working out and training in the off season and getting ready and hardening your body for that season. Just focusing on all those joints that take the most impact. Because being a long and tall guy, and you really have to focus on those things because you're going to get twisted a little bit more. You're going to take long falls to the ground. So if you focus on those things, all those joints and the muscles around those joints that take the most impact and beefing those up and getting those strong, making yourself durable, he could do it. I got to see the guy. You said he's 6, what now? 5? He's 6'5" now, or
6'5" freshman, 4'4".
So I mean, he might grow a little bit more, but that doesn't mean, I don't think that means that that he can't do it. I might have to reach out to Pac. Pac and my sister, they went to the same high school down in Westlake, down in Georgia. So I love Pac. I watched Pac when I was a kid, when he was in high school. So I might have to reach out and see if there's anything there I can do there.
Hell yeah, that would be very well received, I think, on all parties. Because my next question was about to be, we asked Pac to put together like his top 5 wide receivers that are worst, and somehow he said a bunch of names, and then we're like, Calvin Johnson. He's like, oh yeah, put him,
slide him up,
right above, and then slide everybody else down. I feel like that's every corner that has ever played against you. That has to be, do you ever look in the mirror and go, I've done pretty good in my football world? Because it doesn't feel like you're not really around the football world much. And I think it's because the Detroit Lions relationship for a long time being kind of strained. Obviously, you're in the Hall of Fame first ballot because we all have so much respect for the player that you are and the player that you were. But you're not really in the football ecosystem, I think, as much as others. And your name is still, as soon as it's heard, everybody's like, yep, fucking unstoppable. Unstoppable. That has to feel pretty good, I'd assume, right? Does it?
100%, man. Especially from coming from like the defensive players that you go against, your peers like that, man. That means that when you hear those videos or see those videos of a Pat P or Reeves or any of those guys that I played against, it's utmost respect because some of those were the toughest competitors I had to go against. So I love it. It's freaking awesome, and 100%, man. If my life, if things weren't strained between the Lions and myself, 100% I'll be a part of the football thing. I want to be a part of. I got too much. I feel like I got too much to give to, especially the receiver group, but not just the receiver group, just life things that things that I've been through that I could share with guys, and not only that, just I love being around it, so my kids can see what I did and stuff like that. So 100%.
Hey, we got an idea for a once-a-week thing if you want it. Yeah. Might have to travel to Indianapolis.
Come on.
Just let us know. You can come do whatever the hell you want to do. A couple more questions, okay?
No problem. You got it.
Ty, go ahead.
Calvin, first of all, it's very disheartening to hear that about baseball because I'm just salivating thinking about you playing outfield with Aaron Judge for the Yankees. But that's neither here nor there. You know, like you probably could have been a great baseball player. Yeah, hey, they'll call, they'll pay too. But I'm just curious, like hearing you talk about your company and just like, I mean, it sounds like you almost have like a PhD and all this stuff. Did you take any like botany classes at Georgia Tech? Like, when did you get interested in all this stuff? Because I feel like a lot of people who do smoke or in this like business, it's kind of just like the layman stuff. But like when you're breaking it down, like right there, it's like, holy shit, this is an actual science. Like there's a lot more that goes into this.
You said it right there. The moment that I was like, let me get down to the science of this was I was on Dancing with the Stars. And, you know, I always had chronic swelling in my ankles and knees while I was playing. And, you know, that's part of the reason why I did retire. But, you know, I was on the show probably a couple of weeks in, and I didn't know how strenuous this game was going to be, man. It's
I've heard it's terrible.
It's so much work. They don't pay you enough.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. I've never been asked, obviously, because the last word in the name of the show, but a friend of mine has, and I'm like, yo, you're doing Dance with the Stars. That's awesome. He's like, listen to this. 6 days a week. We have practice for this. We got rehearsal for this. We got that. I'm like, damn, they were losing like 20, 30 pounds allegedly.
Bro, I got down to I got under 220. I ain't been there since college, you know, but it's like that third week. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to have to stop doing it. I'm going to have to quit because my ankles are swelling. I can't do this cha-cha that we got to do this week because I can't move my ankles, you know. And my buddy, now I'm out in LA, spending time in LA. My buddy I went to school with, he's out there in the industry. And he brought me a topical. It's a green jar with a gold cap. And I started using the topical, and like a couple of days later, I started to see my swelling start to subside, and it stayed down. And I just kept on using it throughout the rest of the show, and I made it throughout the rest of the show, made it to the finals and whatnot. And I was like, okay, you know, there's something to this. All right. Because I grew up, mom's like, you know, don't come home smelling like weed. She might kill me. You know, I was around, I saw cannabis in high school. I saw it everywhere. But, you know, I wouldn't go home with that because I had the fear of Miss Johnson. But as there was that moment in Dancing with the Stars, I was like, okay, if I get the opportunity to do more here, I'm going to take advantage of it.
And then he just said, sorry, Miss Johnson. Ooh. I smell the weed. That's awesome. Tone has a question for you, pal.
Calvin, how awesome was it yesterday? I believe it was yesterday or the day before. You doing the first pitch with Lidstrom and Ben Wallace, and you got Miggy to come out. Basically, every Detroit icon of the last decade or two. How awesome was that?
Man, it's so dope because I'm still like just realizing the gravity of that, man. Nick Lidstrom there, Ben. I got to hang around Ben a couple of times, but that was my first time meeting Nick, legend. And then we got Miggy out there. So to be, a future Hall of Famer and Miggy, and just to have, that group of guys there, man, it was absolutely amazing.
Hell yeah.
I got to frame that picture.
Yeah, Fox. Did you hear the hell yeah there? You're literally Detroit spank bank right now.
Calvin, that was my whole childhood. I watched you guys my entire childhood. You guys made my life better, so it was awesome to see that. And it was awesome to see you wearing that awesome Lions bomber jacket.
Look at this.
You looked great.
Things are good.
Shout out to my guy Ty Mopkins for that, man. He hooked that up for all of us. I actually want that red wing. I need to get the other jackets.
Agreed. Those are awesome.
Hey, sounds like you're able to get whatever the hell you want. The Red Wings jacket is good.
Yeah.
How'd you guys do? How are the Red Wings doing right now? You guys?
They're on the come up.
Funny enough, they lost last night.
Did they?
Yeah, 7-6.
Really?
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. How are the Pens doing?
They won last
They
night.
stink.
Oh, we won last night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bruins did too.
You watch hockey, Calvin?
I'm watching the playoffs.
Yeah. Pens.
Just like basketball, it's hard for me to watch. I don't watch too much during the regular season.
How are you at basketball? Good.
Man, I'm okay. I play the 4-5. I'm not. Maybe the 3 a little bit. I'm not a huge shooter, but I'll cut and I'll dunk on you.
Hell yeah.
Still play right now? You walk up to an LA Fitness. Are you in Michigan full time? Going to LA Fitness?
I got a hoop in the backyard, so I thought shoot around.
Nice. Like, what is that? Like a week out of the year up there in Michigan where it isn't?
Yeah.
Isn't snowing everywhere.
Calvin, real question on that note. Why did you stay in Michigan? Why did you stay in Detroit? People have so many things to say about Detroit and how shitty it is, but people love staying there and love being there. Like actually.
So quick 15-year timeline of my time here. I landed here in Detroit. I want to go right back home. we landed here in Detroit. I drove downtown to do my signing, and all I saw was burnt up buildings. It was so depressing. But to see Detroit, the growth, the investment by a lot of people, even ourselves, into homes in the city, you've seen this place turn around to the point where, hey, honestly, straight up, you would have seen the white folks walking around downtown Detroit like 10 years ago.
Yes.
now everybody's walking around downtown, and it's a very inclusive space. It's so much diversity here. The waterfront's great. And, you get all 4 seasons and, it never gets too hot here. But why I'm here is really because of business. I bought a home in Georgia with all intentions of moving down there, back home around the family. Wife wanted to go down south. But business, the opportunity came. And with timing, timing is everything in life, that's why I'm still here. I'm in this industry now and just really trying to push what we're doing with Primitive and highlighting plant medicine in general.
All right. Well, you're doing a great job. We're thankful that you stopped by. Check out Primitive Elevated Wellness. That's PRIMITIV. Sweet name, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, sweet name, sweet merch too. We're gonna have to buy some more of the merch for sure. And anytime we're in Michigan, we're gonna pick up some Primitive Tree for sure. How many states?
Just hit us up, man. Just hit us up. We actually we're opening up. We're doing some deals and we got opportunities in Utah and Boston coming online this year. Boston will probably be first. There's a dispensary in downtown Boston, literally around the financial district near the harbor, kind of. So, and then Utah will be later this year. So it's exciting times for Primitive.
So you need to get to Arizona. Let me tell you why. As somebody that has gotten the chance to travel to a lot of these states where it's legal, Arizona just lets you buy as much as you want. Arizona is just like, you want to buy every single Primitive product here?
Go ahead.
Go on.
Sure.
Do what you got to do. Illinois is like, you can only have 1/1000th of what Primitive is. Then other states are in the middle. Arizona is just like, come on. So I hope you get to every state. Congrats on all the hard work paying off. And thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Hall of Famer, Detroit Lion, and Primitive founder, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, Calvin!
Foxy.
Yo.
Good news.
Hey, that was awesome.
Great
that
news.
is awesome. He's all time. I'm so happy that they're actually doing things to make it right. Because we've been talking about that Calvin Johnson curse for what?
Since the show started,
since the existence.
We didn't know anything about the Lions, except for they played on Thanksgiving. Shout out to the Lions.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford could throw the ball all over the yard. That's all I knew about the Lions. Foxy comes into my life. Okay, now I got to pay attention to this team. Oh, so much bad shit happens to this team. Why is so many bad shit happening to this team? Oh, we just learned they made Calvin Johnson give back $1 million after he retired. This guy had a Hall of Fame career. You guys stink. Make this guy pay you back. That doesn't seem like the right play.
Nope.
If it was somebody that did nothing for your team and feels like you got stolen or fucked over, completely understandable. That'd be good business.
Right.
Calvin Johnson, not the case at all. Take 7 figures from that guy.
A lot of money.
And
So dumb.
It just, in my eyes, naturally, as former player, it's like, you make billions of dollars.
Give him a break.
What are we even doing? This is your guy. That's a bad look. I just personally felt. Then one game led to another, led to another of us watching it. It's like, this team's fucking cursed because of this. You don't think the football gods were just, what's going on over there in Detroiting? And then seeing that take place, I believe in the football gods. So once, Peyton put that whiskey in that bathtub with that guy from Dumb and Dumber.
Jeff Daniels.
And they put it in there, and that entire curse seemed to change a little
Bobby
bit.
Lane curse.
And then Calvin Johnson started coming back into the fray. And then Barry Sanders was coming back into the fray.
Right.
And then they started winning games. And on the last week of the year, all you got to do is beat the Packers, you're in the playoffs. Some other team fucked them over.
Yeah.
It wasn't that the Lions. It's like, are they all the way back? Is this the brand new Lions? Sure feels like it. And Calvin Johnson might be an honorary captain from the way this is going. What a good time to be fucking from Detroit and being a Lions fan, Foxy.
We fucking need it. I mean, I don't know what you want to believe in, but it is no coincidence that the Calvin Johnson relationship with the Lions is getting better just as the team is getting better. Believe what you want, but that's as real as it gets.
Yeah, football gods aren't real, sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
We'll see.
They are.
Yeah.
I just learned about earthquaking and soaking. People believe a lot of things, don't believe in the football gods. I don't know about that. Let's get to a break. AJ Hawk will join us on the other side. Plus, we'll have to address the Zion Williamson news break.
I have to. Sam Bennett just tossed a dart on a par 3.
I fucking love this dude.
He's the man.
He won't get paid, I don't think, if he wins this tournament.
No, he will
No
not.
matter what.
Which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, especially with NIL being a thing now.
True.
Like amateurism isn't a
True.
problem.
This.
Just part of the sport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pay him.
Did he sleep in the crow's nest last night? The night?
Maybe.
Might have.
Wednesday
addressed
night?
that.
Got the magic of Augusta floating through his bones right now.
Absolutely.
That's Bennett's other ball right there.
First one in, last one out. Actually.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's sleeping there.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. Never leaving.
I'm here. This is my house.
Here to stay.
I'm playing bridge over there. Let's get to a break. Can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this every single afternoon. We get a chance to have conversations with like Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
So
Pretty cool.
Legend.
Hey, he's in the dope game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Boston. Here we
We've
go.
cut, we've grown, we've sold, we've
Right.
done the whole thing from the very beginning. Seems like he's a pretty dedicated, intelligent fella, too.
Yeah.
That primitive is going to have success. It's not easy to get into other states. Your own state, very difficult. I forget what state it was giving out licenses and embezzling $115,000.
I think it was.
It was Michigan.
It was Michigan.
It was
Oh,
Michigan.
you don't say.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get one of these licensees, obviously.
You gave him some good advice, though. Open up a fucking dispensary next to Chef Bo's.
There you go.
I don't think he'll be able. Opening a dispensary is a whole nother license. Like, there's so many different licenses. Like, allowed to grow, allowed to sell, allowed to have your product in there, allowed to have a dispensary, allowed to do this. And because it's not federally regulated, you can't really use a federal bank, and also, which is all banks, and also, like, there's no write-offs. So every dollar spent is a dollar out of the company.
Yeah.
Full dollar out of the company. So it's a fascinating business. We looked into it a little bit. I was going to try to get in there,
Yeah,
obviously.
and every state's rules are different, which makes such a headache. If you want to go from this one, oh, you already got it here. Well, you got to go all different rules if you want to get into another state.
And sports gambling's kind of going at the same time as cannabis is going, and they're both having to deal with regulators and lobbying and this and that. It's a wild game behind the scenes, but in 10 to 15 years, whenever we're just kind of living in that new world, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah. It's going to be unbelievable.
And Calvin Johnson's going to be wealthy.
Yes.
Very.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What are you gonna,
And to your point, the Lions will still owe him $1 million.
No, I think that's coming. They're donating to the foundation.
Yeah.
That's probably the
hopefully.
start.
Hopefully.
I was going to say, because he did say it starts at the top, and the one name he didn't mention was Sheila Ford-Hamp.
Well, no, it was Martha
Sheila,
Ford
yeah.
that did this to him. Sheila Ford's the new one, and she's the one that's amending this. So that's why it's such a big deal
But
that we changed.
he said that Disner fella, he said Dan and Dave,
Disner.
No.
Dave GM.
GM,
Oh.
Brad,
Holmes.
Yeah.
Brad,
Oh, yeah.
Dan and Brad Holmes, and he said I'd also throw Jay Disner in there,
Right.
Because he's been doing a lot. And then at the end, he said Disner was the one to reach out to him. So
Sheila Ford.
I didn't hear Sheila.
yeah, but I think that's just kind of understood.
She delegates.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
delegates.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She has the office in the middle of the floor at the Lions facility.
Yes. She knows what she's doing, dude.
Ask for it.
Sheila Ford.
Let's get to a break. AJ Hawk will be joining us on the other side, and the Zion news, which you will want to see. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
5!
Obviously, this is a conversation starter for everybody when they're talking about the dynasty, and there's still Raiders fans that are pissed off about this. Here's the game plan. Go out there in the middle of a snowstorm and make a kick that you're not supposed to make at all from 45 yards.
This is the Patriots season on the line.
Do you remember this moment right here in your head? Were you scared to death? Were you fucking pumped?
I would say I was probably more scared to death as I'm watching the Tuck Rule review and realizing, holy shit, we get the ball back. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's coming all down to you, man.
This will be a 45-yard attempt. That's Vinatieri's luck from this distance of late.
Once I got out on the field, I really had 3 thoughts. First and foremost, try to attack the ball, but stay light on your feet. Just like anybody, you're running on ice. If your cleats don't stick, you're falling on the ground, and then the ball's going to end up hitting your center right in the back of the head. I wasn't thinking about missing 4 of the last 5, if that's truly what was going on. For me, it was all about, hey, you know, these guys aren't going to be able to get a good rush. Get it straight and get it above the line of scrimmage. And thank goodness, as it left, and I saw that they didn't block it, then it was all about, I don't know if it's going to have enough distance in this snow, you know, let's hope for the best. And I really didn't know until the referees at the back of the end zone raised their hands. I couldn't really see it. Couldn't tell if it was good or not.
Hell yeah, because it's a snow globe. What a kick. What a moment. Obviously, that would go on to launch a dynasty that the NFL will never see again
Hell yeah.
or before. What a kick, what a moment. Here's an overtime. You got to make another one.
Substantially easier kick. Not just because of the distance, but we called a timeout. We cleaned a bunch of ground. This is the one time that a coach actually icing me probably benefited us, right? Because it gave my offensive lineman with the big size 16 cleats to get out there and move a little bit more ground. And, not to say a game winner's ever easy, but this one compared to the one quarter before that was substantially different.
So you're coming out here sighing a little bit of relief. Oh, thank God. I can see the ground. I'm not going to fall.
Right.
We've already done this.
Exactly.
This is no problem.
Tied.
And then you murder that ball dead center. And then obviously in the Super Bowl, you have like a 49-yarder that you hit at the top of the upright. Couldn't have been a better ball, I don't think. You hit it cleaner. You have something inside of you, okay, that not a lot of people have. And Joe Burrow seemingly is a guy that has it. What is that?
I would love to tell you that I was born with or I developed the ability to, be a clutch under pressure. I do think that there's certain people that are born with the want or the ability to say, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Mariano Rivera. These guys and ladies are the type of people that go, I want the game coming down to me. I want to be the reason, LeBron, I want to be the reason why we win or lose. I was kind of that same person, playing soccer as center midfield, and in baseball, I either wanted to pitch or catch. I'd leave it there. I know what you're thinking. Knock it off. I know you. Anyway, but I always wanted to, be in the middle of the game and be the reason why. So once I get to football, obviously 59 minutes of the game, I'm standing on the sideline, but I guess this is the one opportunity that I can put exclamation on the game or the icing on the cake or whatever you want to do.
And McAfee, go right after Miz with the right hand. Driving Miz back into the corner. Pat McAfee in action.
This is a blatant sneak attack.
Here at WrestleMania.
Miz is a very busy man. He takes his duties as host of WrestleMania extremely seriously.
Oh, yes. Spine buster.
This derelict shows up, and I'm beside myself. I might not even come to work tomorrow.
Yeah, check out his tank top, though.
I'm sick of looking at his face.
He's got sparkles on it.
This guy works like 3 days a year. I've worked like 90 hours this week. This idiot's going to be on TV for the next year. I'm done.
He has a daily show. He works like 5 hours a day.
Yeah. You're behind this, aren't you?
Well, no, I have no idea.
I'm going to kick you in the...
You said the same thing in the Rumble. I didn't know this guy was showing up.
Well, there's security here. Come on, Miz. Go, Miz, go. Hometown hero. Think of Maurice. Think of your children.
Oh, what a kick by McAfee.
That was a somewhat less than super kick.
But it was effective.
Miz.
Hold on. Miz. Hey, look it. From Wee-Man! He learned something from Brock. And Wee-Man back in the ring. He's stalking Sammy. Listen to this place. Oh, to the kneecap.
Wee-Man so active.
Oh, look at this. Body slam. Wee-Man body slamming Sami Zayn. Wee-Man used to kick himself in the face. Are you kidding me? Now he's body slamming Sami Zayn. This Chiefs team,
Man.
and everybody talks about how and AJ picked the Chargers because how good the Chargers play the Chiefs, and that was the point. That was evident yet again last night. And shout out to the Chargers having a fucking great game. Now, 2 minutes left in the game, the way you go about scoring there and thinking about Patrick Mahomes on the other side, down 3, it's a whole situation there. And who knows if you could take things back, you score that quick. And did the Chiefs let them score that quick? And we're happy they scored that quick. Who knows? They're in field goal range. You do your thing. You have to score. Not taking a shot at Staley at all. Just saying interesting situation for them to end up in, for us to have to talk about, because you give Patrick Mahomes that much time to come back. you obviously know at this stage of his career, at this stage of life, Patrick Mahomes is going to make plays. Not only running, obviously, but the dude he's got playing tight end for him in Travis Kelce is the best football player on any field that he's ever walked onto. Now, he's high-stepping on one touchdown. This one, he's breaking tackles and skirting into the end zone. They go up 4 after the extra point is kicked there late in the game to beat a division rival. Travis Kelce is fucking unguardable. Yeah. He's unstoppable. And whenever they need it and got to have it, and we're getting to that point of the season, look at this high step. Oh. The picture that he has, he posted on his IG story, and the caption he put on there is high stepper. He's up to 11 receiving touchdowns this season, tied for the most in his career. He's on pace for a career high in catches, yards, and touchdowns this season. He's 33 years old, and he now has 33 games with 100-plus yards or more, which is more than everybody who broke Gronkowski's record. He's going to go down as statistically greatest tight end of all time.
Yeah, the guy's unstoppable at this point. You can't. Like, you can do whatever you want. It's not going to happen.
Hey,
Why?
let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this feel-good Masters Friday, April 7, 2023. Hour 2 starts now.
Feel good.
Friday is what we're having and experiencing. We'll hopefully be as talented as Calvin Johnson is at everything he does at just one thing in our life. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Town Diggs is here. All the boys in the back are enjoying this fantastic feel-good Friday. The Masters is off and running from Augusta. And joining us now is a man who has been to Augusta.
That's right.
Has watched the Masters. A man who is a Ryder Cup champion. I actually met one human outside of the Thunderdome earlier today that actually followed A.J. Hawk around his entire Ryder Cup championship and said that A.J. was on fire.
Of course.
Unbelievable. Helped lead the United States to a victory over the European Ryder Cup team.
Hell
He's a
yeah.
college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion. He's the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. He's a video game community shit stirrer, father of 10, and COVID survivor.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all one person.
Yeah.
A.J. Hawk.
Hey!
What's up, dude?
It's all one person. Yep. All those very accurate, descriptions of things I've done. Right.
That's right.
Tell me where I'm wrong, please.
Well, unfortunately, I don't like to put anything out there, but we got beat. The U.S. got beat in my Ryder Cup situation. My team, we won our match, but overall, we did not win.
Wait a minute.
Oh, my
You
God.
kidding
All
me?
these fucking times I've said, Ryder Cup
I
champion.
told you that. Told you that day one.
Never.
That was
No,
2
you
years
didn't.
ago.
Myself and Rob Riggle won our match by a lot of points.
Of course
but
you
we
did.
did not
Rob's a
win
player.
overall.
Rob's a player.
Rob's really good, yeah.
So United States lost. It was ole, 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 ole.
Yeah.
Ole. At the end, it wasn't USA, USA. It was ole, not USA at the end of this thing. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but if you remember, I don't know if you remember, we talked about it on the show.
gotta
The
be
one
kidding
guy, it was a scary situation.
Draco
Shortly after
Malfoy.
The guy passed out. If you remember.
On the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly Slater saved his life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you are a champion. Imagine if
Everyone is okay now, I think. I think everyone's good, doing well.
Imagine if I went into a very deep, profound monologue about why you are a champion after that man passed away and all came back to life. Jeez, things are falling
I
over.
don't know what that was.
What
It was
happened?
a
What was that?
wild time in the stew over here. AJ, did you hear the Calvin Johnson conversation? It was great. I enjoyed catching up with him. And also, are you watching the Masters? It's been fantastic.
I have been watching. I didn't get to see much of Calvin. I know he's awesome, but I see Brooks Koepka just absolutely lighting it up, huh?
Dialed in, dude. He remembered how to play golf a week ago. He won his first Live Golf Championship literally 6 days ago. And then he comes into the Masters of golf in rare form. Tone Diggs has an update on the Masters.
Yeah, he got into the clubhouse at 12 under. He's currently leading by 5. Jason Day was 9 under heading into 15, which is a par 5, which a lot of this good scoring on. He shot a 7 on that par 5. So he's back
Jason.
down to 7 under. So that helps Brooks out quite a bit while Rahm and Hovland go off.
Yeah, they're going off a little bit late here. 119, 126 potential tee off. I don't know when it is exactly, if they've already teed off.
Hovland's on 2 right here, and then Rom just teed off, I believe.
Hovland hit a
Koepka's in a good
doozy of a
spot.
putt. Yeah, that's their scores. So 7
I
under,
don't know how
8
you
under.
double.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, weird how that
Oh.
works. Believe me, I also just had that thought.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so that's what they're at.
Okay.
Not what the stroke was on that hole.
See, this is like whenever Scottie Pippen it was like Pippen 1 up, 2 up, 3 up.
Yep.
Scottie Pippen just chipped in from 85 yards. You cannot catch up. You're dead. This is that type of scoring.
Yeah.
It's what their actual score is as opposed to what they're scoring on that hole.
Bingo.
Got it. Okay. I was a little bit confused. But Rahm might be able to catch up. They're saying the storm, though, is coming here later this afternoon as opposed to was supposed to be all day. So if you teed off this morning, you're actually in much better shape than potentially Rahm right now. 5-stroke lead could be a great spot.
That's part of it, though. Like because you always either go late early or early late for your first 2 tee times. So Koepka got the good tee times where there was no wind yesterday, no wind on his early round. Now they act like it's windy and they might have to like postpone or suspend play and try to pick it up tomorrow. I just hope I hate when it gets backed up too far. Hopefully they figure it out.
Rahm just teed off, hit a massive little fade slice into the little second cut of the fairway.
If Brooks wins, it's good. I'm sorry to cut you off, but if Brooks wins, like the whole Live PGA thing, what's going to happen? I haven't paid enough attention, and haven't listened to the commentators. Are they giving enough pub to Live guys playing well, or is there like an animosity? How's it going?
They haven't really addressed it at all. They've just been talking about golf.
Yeah.
I do believe they've just been talking about the golf that is happening, which I think we all prefer, and I would assume that it's kind of how all of golf prefers, because there was a time there, like last year, where when they were talking about Live players and they would miss a putt, there was certainly a sense of joy.
Oh, yeah.
And, that's a shame.
All right.
All right. Phil Mickelson, miss.
Philly.
You know, now it does feel like it's just like they're talking about their golf game. But I wonder how Brooks will talk after he wins.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because he's wearing his Nike fit. I believe DJ has his Live costume
Has
on.
his logo.
Aces.
There's another one that has like their Live costume on.
One without it on.
Brooks has the Nike. That's what I'm saying. So, what will Brooks say after this thing if he does win it? You know, will he give a shout out to the Live Golf Tour?
Greg Norman, who's banned from the premises right now.
Yep.
He said 15 people are going to be celebrating on that green if Brooks Koepka wins. All the Live guys win if one of the Live guys wins, is what he's saying. Is Brooks going to feel that way if Brooks wins it? Because he's the only one, obviously, in contention right now, seemingly with a rear naked choke on the lead right now.
Yeah, you wonder if the guys who missed the cut see Brooks win, and they're like, holy shit, I just spent all this money to go to Augusta. I didn't win. I lost a bunch of money. And then Brooks Koepka, who went to Live, who allegedly was going to fall off, just won the Masters. Should I make that decision now?
Not a bad conversation, the Live aspect of it. Another one, Sam Bennett is fucking awesome.
Dog.
This dude is incredible. He's a college golfer out of Texas A&M, I believe. He won the U.S. Amateur Championship, so he is the amateur representing in the Masters. Has had to sleep got to sleep at Augusta National in the Crow's Nest, where the amateurs have been sleeping since the beginning of the amateurs playing in the Masters. Tiger slept there. Phil slept there. There's a lot of history there. The amateurs have to sleep there at least one night whenever they get to play in the Masters of Golf. Sam Bennett's playing, bro. And the tattoo on his forearm is a story straight out of Disney.
I saw that, man. I saw his whole thing. Tough not to root for him. What an unbelievable situation, especially losing his dad when he's still so young. Yeah, I'm hoping he can keep it up. What is he, 6, 7 under still? Like he's
6
doing
under,
well.
5th place right now.
Damn.
Jeez, it's awesome.
The problem is that these college golf tournaments that we've learned about, because I didn't know if it was like the College Golf Tour, the CGT, like what do they call it? They have these events where 126 players or something like that enter, and then all schools have their entries, and they all kind of play the same tournament, which makes sense. And then there's some tourneys where schools that are D2, D3, their players are allowed to enter into it. He's dicking around at these college ones.
Exactly.
Sam Bennett can't even stay focused. They said he's on his phone all the time. He's listening to music. He's obviously he's got some zins in there. Now zins, we're not saying are distracting, but he's 46th, I think, in college in points. This guy who's golfing right next to Scotty Scheffler, beating Scotty Scheffler. This dude in college because he just can't,
Well, probably he's kind of small. He probably hates the fact that he has to carry his bag like all the rest of the college golfers. If you ever see that, those guys carry their bag in those events.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
his
makes
coach is
sense.
caddying for him today. But yeah, they carry the little. Hey, if you see his bag out there, the guy has the little legs on there like we do. He popped your little bag down.
That's amazing. But he gets into Masters, no phone. Oh, this one's the real deal. Yeah, hey, let's try on.
Can he
this.
take the money, even though he's an amateur? Can he take money, not from the Masters, but could he get like endorsement deals with the NIL situation?
So we're talking about that. The amateurism thing's kind of dead, you know?
Yeah, it is.
So how will golf, because I think he's not allowed to take the money if he's entered as an amateur. It's like how you enter the whole thing.
Yeah.
But why would he not
Yeah,
be
he
able
should
to?
be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, between like Thursday by tomorrow, someone should get to him. Nike or somebody like should sign him. Or you send him something like, hey man, we'll give you some cash. Wear our stuff.
Dude, just put a patch on.
I'd
Yeah,
be shocked.
that's it.
I'd be shocked if someone didn't already do that somehow because he won the U.S. Amateur Championship.
Yes, please get his
Now,
contact.
But if you know all the good pub he already has gotten this so far, if he goes into the weekend and doesn't fall apart, they're going to keep showing him.
Yeah, so business-wise seems good, but also just like cool. Like, hey, this is a fucking great story. Would like to support it.
And he's a great golfer.
Great golfer.
Yeah, like it feels as though this might be the next guy.
There's so many different moments where he could start overthinking it and fuck up. You know?
Yeah.
Like the first hole today, had to sleep on doing good in the Masters all night.
So tough.
Like
tough.
that's running through your head like, okay, how do I do what I did yesterday? You know, like all those thoughts. Like, you know, guys, they talk about, you just woke up on Sunday in Augusta with a lead. Like, how did you handle that? Well, I wasn't able to sleep, had to go through the whole, do I hang on? Do I try to keep scoring? Like, that's a lot of mental pressure you can put on yourself. Imagine being a fucking amateur that just lights up the course the first time you've ever been there. I think it's the first time he's ever been there. First time he's ever, lights it up, and then he's sleeping on like, oh, I should just do it tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, run it
and
back,
then puts his in and falls asleep in that crow's nest in a twin-sized bed, wakes up and does the same. First hole, birdie. Like, Scotty misses putt.
It's good to be naive.
Drains
It's good not to
putt.
have those. It's good not to have some of those negative thoughts in your head, like, oh, what if? Like, it's good to be young and naive and to not really think past the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Rory. Like that was the whole conversation yesterday about how Rory had the lead going into Sunday, and then on the back nine collapsed. He's never been the same at the course since then.
I've heard at that actual, like at the 10th hole, I've heard whenever you play there and it's not like the Masters tournament or whatever, they actually say to the people that are golfing there, like, hey, this is where, remember.
This is that hole.
And then they point, allegedly, from what I've been told by people that have played there, they like point in the direction in which the ball went. And when you're standing on that tee box, allegedly, from what I've been told, it's like, oh, I wouldn't even be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like that's a bet. I won't even, you know what I mean? That's what people feel that have been there. They're saying that whole thing. So that has to be in Rory's head, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you ayahuasca, huh?
Maybe you have to. It's so mental. Just think if you're a wire-to-wire champion of even any PGA event, let alone like the Masters, to where Thursday you're like, all right, here, I'm so excited, let's go. Oh, I played great, cool. How do you continue that? That's the thing. Golf is so weird. It's not like, oh, I can get all jacked up and go out there and play hard. No, it's different. You got to find a way to like hone all that in.
Let me tell you how mentally weak I was when I came into the NFL, okay? So my first preseason game, they had just cut Tim Masthay, who would go on to be the Packers punter for a long time, but special teams coordinator at the time wanted Tim Masthay as the punter. Bill Polian wanted me as the punter. I didn't really punt in college. I did the Aussie punt. Tim Masthay did. He had been punting since high school. Great athlete, great soccer player, great dude. I actually met him at a kicking camp going into my senior year of college, was a massive fan. He's complete opposite of me as a human. I think we all agree.
Yeah, Tim is absolutely like I used to see Tim in Green Bay. We went to this little coffee shop, and Tim would be there sometimes by himself, listening to something and writing stuff down in a journal. Like he's like
At a coffee shop.
He's like he's a robot.
Yeah, well, he had a great personality when he was around me, but he
in a
is
good
certainly.
way. No, I mean in a good way. Like how his everything he ate was super regimented. His workouts, yeah. Tim is like one of those guys.
Routine guy.
So me and Tim are competing my rookie training camp while I'm still very much trying to learn how to punt. They did draft me, so they had like a $50,000 signing bonus invested in me, so I certainly had a head up over Tim Masthay in the competition because they had money invested in me already, although it wasn't a lot of money, but he certainly had much more skill, technique, and everything else. I was actually watching him punt, trying to like, okay, so he's doing that. All right, I should try to do that while I'm doing it. And they kicked us to death. Like, we kicked every single day right next to each other, boom, 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 boom. That's actually like where I thought I was going to be okay because I could go a long time. And I think literally that's the only reason why they might have picked me. Also, the GM wanted me, not special teams coach. Interesting relationship with the special teams coach, obviously, early with that publicly being known, by all parties. And then me making it. But nonetheless, first preseason game, I have like a 66-yard ball, like a 61-yard ball, just couldn't have gone any better. Balls went real far. People in the stands go, ooh, like that is, okay, I had no idea why they went far, but I knew, okay, they did go really far. This is just what I'll do every game. Obviously, why am I even worrying about anything? This is what it's going to be. So then night before next preseason game, right, I'm still trying to prove myself. I'm thinking to myself, oh, I have to do better than I did last week. Oh, no. Set the standard too high here. I'm going to have to do better. So first punt out the gate, I'm thinking I got to do better than last week. I fucking shank. I mean, it is massive shank because I'm trying to kill the ball. And it's like I naturally just had those thoughts whenever I was in it going into my second. So think about old Cuz today in college. Has played very well at the Masters. All night he had to think about it. Everybody's giving him love. He was on ESPN all night last night. He was on every single thing all night. He has to see that. He has to feel that. The amount of texts he's getting, friends, family, people that he's met 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I always knew it. The amount of your dad would be so proud. Like the amount of all those that come. And then on the first hole, he's able to just put the ball right on the fucking tee. It actually falls off. He had to pick it back up without having to and put it on the tee. Like just think about the nerves there that takes, and then he pipes it. Better than Scotty, better than everybody else right down the center. He seems like he's made for the moment too, which I absolutely love, I have respect for, and we might be seeing the fucking next one here. Like this is a chance, and this is what the Masters almost can do.
Well, and then even the difference from last night to today, to tomorrow, where it's like, at the start you're probably thinking like, hey, it'd be really cool if I just make the cut and I make it to the weekend. And now you see yourself in like the top 5 on the leaderboard. It's like, hey, we're not making the cut anymore. Like I'm going to go try to fucking win this thing. And also knowing that like, okay, the pin locations, like they're going to the championship locations where like every hole is going to get much tougher. Like there's no point where, when you're that high, it's not just like, oh, I'm happy with how I'm playing. Like then you start to visualize, hey, I could win this thing. And it just keeps mounting and mounting and mounting. Like there isn't going to be a point from now until Sunday where like, it kind of dips a little bit and it's like not the most stressful situation of your life.
And you don't tighten up at all.
Yeah, exactly.
The sweet spot on golf ball is this big, So if you think at all, move at all, don't just you have to commit. Every golf shot, you have to commit. You have to get your brain out of it. So to be able to do that at his age, I think we all should be very impressed and incredibly proud. Way to go out there, Sam.
Keep it going, Sammy.
It's not easy. He's got Scotty Scheffler sitting next to him, too.
Yeah, defending champion, hottest player in the world.
I mean, that's not easy. And then he's making a putt, and then Sam's making a putt, and then Scotty's missing a putt, and then Sam's making a putt. And I'm like, I wonder if Sam's saying anything here. There was a moment where yesterday, Sam was standing on like the back of a green, and Scotty was walking by to maybe go, and I saw him stop and like say something to Sam, and they have like a quick conversation, and then like Scotty kind of goes. Like, I wonder if Scotty is like empowering Sam?
Realizing.
What do you think?
No. He probably said, enjoy it while you can, but it's about to fall apart pretty quick.
Jeez.
Come on. Scheffler?
That's what you would say.
He wouldn't do that.
Not Scotty.
Not Scotty.
Hey, I'm not saying that's Scotty as a human, but I'm saying Scotty as a competitor, that could be him. Like, hey, man, I got to really start planting seeds so this guy doesn't try to make a run at this thing.
Dude, that would be very much a team sport, human being, shit talk to guy. When we're all playing like golf or whatever, that is something that I would hear our friends say. Like, yeah, this ain't gonna last. Enjoy it. Well, we actually said that to you while we were at
that's right.
At Tahoe.
In your head, I know. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna try to hold on as long as I can.
Yeah, and I'm like this. At some point, this drive is going 50. We all know it.
Yeah, it's going OB.
And I'm just I'm planting that seed into your head, and I'm trying to get a reaction out of you to see if you believe that or not. And it felt like every time you were like, yep, it is going to go over there. I'm like, okay, cool. Great shot. That's awesome. I'm very happy for you that you just did that. But there's no way that's going to be. And this fucking guy did it for 54 holes or whatever the hell it was.
Kept going.
Classic sandbagger.
It was unbelievable.
Hit the ball the furthest the people have ever seen it on 2 different holes.
And with that being said, I don't think Scotty's saying that to Sam. Okay, that's us. We are the assholes. I don't think.
I know.
Okay, good.
Probably telling.
I'm saying that it'd be a good story.
What if Scotty was like, Jesus has really blessed you today. I wonder how long that'll last.
Yeah.
This is why
That'd be awesome.
I wonder if Sam is doing it to him.
Oh, Sam,
Hey,
you're the best in the
Scotty.
world, huh?
I didn't realize I was better than you.
Man, I should have turned pro 3 years ago.
Yeah,
He used to say
exactly.
that.
What if Scotty punches Sam? What?
Yeah, and that's why Scheffler's playing the way he is. Like, Jesus, this kid from Texas A&M's killing me.
That's
How did Phil do? I didn't see Phil or Rory.
Phil's
They
actually
must not
playing pretty
played
well.
Yeah, he started. He was under.
Remember, Phil started at the Champions dinner, not talking to anybody. I'm here
Yeah.
to win another one of these. Okay, don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. I'm eating the
I'm
food.
sure that was the tone. You think that was the tone?
No, I think Fuzzy Zeller said, "Sit down there and shut your fucking mouth. Don't say a word."
Fuzzy,
That's what it felt like.
No, Fuzzy Zeller was Indiana guy.
Yep.
Phil and
Fuzzy
400.
Zeller actually, he's 400.
Yeah, I did 400.
Dude, he's been focused on winning this thing.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why I
in-
didn't talk to anybody at the Champions
He's
dinner.
in villain mode.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Good for him.
Origin story.
He's putting all that shit in his coffee all by himself.
Yep.
Bang, bang, pow, no crash, no
Bombs,
jitters.
bombs, bombs.
Bombs. Calves. Twisty.
Hellacious.
Live.
Bruce used to have a sweet lefty hat that he threw away. It's a real shame that he did that.
Yeah, Bruce has become quite a anti-live guy, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's bouncing around though, right
I'm not
now.
anti-live at all.
No, he said he would like Koepka to win because of the live storyline stuff.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
I like
fuck
the
Rahm,
fodder.
though.
What's that?
He said,
Oh.
John Rahm, I'm out on him already.
That's not true.
Don't say that. The guy started golfing because of
I
John.
bet
Yeah,
on
he
both
did.
of them.
But he would prefer
Bombo,
Brooks to
Bombo.
win over Bombo.
Rombo,
what is-
Bombo just buried home a par putt from a foot and a half. Probably very frustrated that the birdie putt was a miss. He looks good, sleek, good fit today for old Rami as he storms around Augusta. We have some breaking news out of the NBA, and we feared that this conversation would come, but it has been made official by Shams Charania. The Pelicans have ruled out Zion Williamson for the play-in tournament, and his status is in doubt for the start of a potential playoff berth as well. And obviously, if they don't win the play-in, they don't make the playoffs. So this potentially means that Zion Williamson's season is over.
What do you know?
Ty, please. So my issue with this is this the Pelicans, AJ, doing what it seems like they have done so many times in the past with Zion, where Zion's posting videos of him going through his legs and breaking rims.
Hell yeah.
Basically stating to the entire universe, I'm healthy enough to play. You see this fucking dunk I'm doing? You see this hardwood that I'm indenting whenever I jump with my explosivity? You don't think I'm healthy enough to play? They got me doing 1-on-1, then 1-on-2,
What?
then 2-on-2,
What?
then 2-on-3,
What?
then 3-on-3,
What?
then 3-on-4,
What?
then 4-on-4,
What?
then 4-on-5,
What?
then 5-on-5,
What?
and then a week of 6-on-6, and then I can maybe play. I don't have time for all of the buildup in the process. I would like to play right now. We thought that's what he meant by that video, but then here we get into another season where when he's on the court, he's a triple-double fucking machine, and then all of a sudden one thing leads to another, and he's going through the process again, and he's out, and now we might not see him for the rest of the season. AJ, what are your thoughts on this entire thing?
I mean, I have plenty of thoughts on it because when I saw that report and realized he's been out since January 2nd, it's been 3 months, I had no idea it was a hamstring strain. Is that all he has, or does he have something else he's dealing with?
That's it.
I got a
Oh, yeah, you're dealing with
popliteus.
something.
I got a popliteus issue right now, the muscle behind my left knee. It's right behind, it's hammy calf in between.
Okay.
Hammy calf because of a thunderball incident that I had. Muscles can be a little bit suspect, but it feels like maybe it's the Pelicans once again kind of being
But
like
3 months.
That
3
makes
months with a
sense.
hamstring. Did he get surgery to rip it off the bone? What?
I don't
for
know.
3 months
I
for a
don't think
hamstring
we can
strain?
blame the Pelicans.
I
He
mean,
had to have a setback.
He had the rest.
are we so sure this is the Pelicans? Are we? Is this maybe not Zion? Listen, I before the show today did just a little bit of research, just a tiny bit of research, and I do have a little presentation if you'd humor me.
yeah, absolutely. A presentation?
Yeah, a little presentation.
Okay, please.
Yes.
Now listen, I love Zion.
What is
Yeah, one of
Okay.
the biggest proponents.
AJ, what the fuck is going on?
It's
Everyone,
always good when he starts with that.
everyone loves Zion in here. Do we not?
Love
Don't we
Zion.
just want to see the guy play?
Bought his
He's the
shoes.
best.
Bought his shoes.
Have a jersey.
Have a jersey. Everybody's got something
Ate a
that they
donut
love.
for him.
Ate a donut for him. Love the Bumpus Hans. Listen, we all have different things that we love about Zion. But there is a glaring problem that, for whatever reason, no one really wants to admit or, they don't want to act like it's the real reason.
On this show?
I think just in general. On this show, no, because I think a few people, myself included, have maybe posited this theory that there's something else that's kind of the issue. So this morning, before the show, I said, who are the fattest slobs that have played in the NBA?
Okay.
Compiled a little bit of a list. Now, keep in mind, just bear with me here because I'm going to go through it. One of these guys is not a fat slob, okay? But what you will see with this list is there's a little bit of a repeating factor here.
Connor, what is it? This is disgusting.
I don't know, pal. Let's hear him out.
Thank you.
I'm also curious. It is disgusting because of the situation.
Hey, Jay, we don't need it from you.
Listen, I'm not saying Zion is a fat, out-of-shape slob. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what we've seen so far, he might find himself on this list in a few years.
Okay, there's a chance it could happen where people would judge him for that.
Bingo.
Yeah. Potential.
It might already be happening.
You're trying to help.
I'm trying to help.
He's
Thank
on
you,
that
AJ.
path.
He's on that path. Who's number 5? Please bring him up.
I'm sure he'll see it that way.
Mike Sweetney, okay? Now, keep in mind, a lot of these guys, he didn't come into the NBA at 340 pounds. Okay, he didn't. He was the 9th overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft. I believe he played at about 282.
Okay.
But another thing you'll see about a lot of these guys on this list is there was kind of, a lot of concerns over their career that they are fat and lazy.
Oh.
Really?
So this guy balloons up to 340 in his career, okay?
Yikes.
Just guess what his stats are. Keep in mind, this guy's a lottery pick. He's the number 9 pick in the 2003 NBA draft.
Number 9 pick, that guy's a dog. He's got to average at least 15, maybe 16 points a game.
10 boards.
Yeah, but we'll give him 7 to 8, maybe 9 boards.
Not a chance, okay? This guy averaged about 6 points and 3 rebounds a game in a couple years. Basically played for one team. They're like, hey, Fatso, get in shape. Get rid of him. Goes to another team. Hey, Fatso, I thought you were going to get in shape. Can't do it. Goes to another team. Bounces around a bunch. And then what does he do? He ends up playing overseas. Okay, he goes over to China. He goes to Taiwan, whatever, and has a pretty good career over there.
Okay.
That's fine. This guy's the number 9 pick in the NBA draft, okay? Basically, ate too much McDonald's, ate too much pizza, was just a big old fat.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
That's Sweetney?
This is Sweetney. Look at this fucking guy, okay? This guy could start at left guard for the Cowboys right now. And probably could have in his prime. Probably should have. Probably shouldn't have been playing in Azerbaijan or wherever the hell he's playing right now.
Got it.
Okay, so there's Mike Sweetney. Go to number 4, please.
That was in Uruguay.
Eddie Curry.
Oh.
Bruce knows Eddie Curry well. Yes. Zeke knows Eddie Curry well. This guy comes right out of high school. He's supposed to be the next big thing. He's the number 4 pick. I think the 2001 NBA draft.
Jesus.
Now, the difference with Eddie Curry is, again, he was drafted around 285. Lean, mean, fighting machine, rebounding machine when he comes in. Yeah. Again, hey, you're lazy and you're turning into a fatso. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just keeps eating, spending his money. He's having a bunch of issues. He ends up ballooning to 315. Now, he did play in the NBA for about 12 years.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Successful.
For sure. Career. He's successful. Let me see what his exact stats are, though. Okay, so not bad. Played 11 years. Averaged about 13 points a game and about 6 boards.
Like that. Okay, Eddie Curry. So it can be done.
Not bad. But again,
footer.
the big thing with Eddie Curry is everyone was talking about how good this guy could have been. I mean, considering him kind of like the next Shaq when he came in.
Damn.
But he's just lazy.
Okay.
And he was okay with, averaging 13 points and 6 rebounds. That's fine. Doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
Role player, sure. Not what you're drafting at number 4 for. You're not thinking of a role player. You're thinking, hey, maybe this fat, lazy son of a bitch is going to get his shit together and he's going to lead us to a championship.
No, when he was drafted, he was 280, I heard.
He was. What did he end at, though? 350. Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous. Go to the next guy.
Jeez.
Now, this one's a little bit of an out. I mean, everyone remembers Big Sim Bueller, okay? This guy's just a big son of a bitch. He's 7'5", 360. He played at New Mexico, had a hell of a run in the NCAA tournament. He didn't get drafted. He went to the Kings. They're just basically like, Sim, you're just a big son of a bitch. You actually aren't very good at basketball, so we can't keep you. He played in the NBA for 1 year. Look how big that son of a bitch is.
I remember this guy.
Sim's a big guy.
You do. Sweet mid-range game. This guy could fucking shoot a 13-foot jumper in your eye like you wouldn't believe. But he played 1 year in the NBA. Didn't really have any issues. He just wasn't good enough. Simple as that.
Okay.
All right. Go to the next one.
7'5", 360.
Okay, Shaq. And again, Shaq played at about 325 in his heyday, but Shaq was an incredible athlete. Very, very similar to Zion. Okay?
Yeah.
Ended at 360, but that was more. We're talking about the big Aristotle there. That was, he was past his prime. Shaq missed the first 12 games of the 2002 2003 NBA season, he had to have complete reconstructive toe surgery. Basically, felt like he was walking on TNT every single game the year before. You know what they did the year before, though?
What's that?
They won the fucking championship, and he was the NBA Finals MVP. So, Shaq's a tough son of a bitch, okay?
Yeah, Shaq's an anomaly.
Yeah, he is. He's an anomaly. He played for 20 years. Go to number 1. This is an issue. Oliver Miller.
Oh, my God.
Okay, number 22 pick of the 1993 NBA draft. This fucking son of a bitch ended up weighing 375 pounds.
Big guy.
Whoa. Big guy. Same deal. None of these guys really had any issues with injuries. It was kind of just, hey, you're a fat slob and you can't run it up and down the court, okay?
Jeez
that's an issue. We play basketball here, okay? We're not playing badminton. We're not playing pickleball. You got to be able to move. Look at this guy. Does that look like a fucking basketball player to you?
He's on the Kings, yeah.
He was on the Kings. He was on the Kings. He's actually in the Pacers Hall of Fame because no, but look at him. Does he not look good in that uniform?
Yeah, it looks like the cheese curds and breadsticks got to him.
Exactly.
Hey, Indiana's got good food.
They do.
Well, they got fat.
So what's the presentation saying?
So the presentation is, listen, all these guys who are playing had a lot of talent, but with the exception of Shaq. Again, Shaq's an outlier.
Yeah.
None of these guys have Zion talent, okay? And they didn't have the medical marvels that we have now. They didn't have the food regimens that all these guys are on. They didn't have all the scientific data and research that Zion has at his fingertips, okay? Zion, right now, he's missed 60% of the games in his NBA career.
Damn.
Played 24 games in his rookie year, 61 games the next year, pretty
Okay.
good. Didn't play all of last year, and then this year he's played 29 games, okay? When he plays, he's unbelievable. He's averaging almost 26 points and 7 rebounds a game. That's unbelievable. But he's missed 60% of his fucking games. Right now, his current playing weight, listed, 284.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
You remember what I said about
280.
what a couple of these guys were when they came into the league?
282,
280.
284.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but Zion's, he's at his playing weight, I thought.
Can do that.
That's his playing weight right now. Okay, if he doesn't get his shit together and kind of get his, start listening to some people, maybe not going out to eat 5 times a day, only need 3 meals a day.
What's your
okay?
problem? Do you know this, or is this all like?
Yeah, wait.
This is what I'm posturing right now. I'm speculating, purely speculative. Okay, I don't want 8 years from now us to look back and say, Jesus Christ, Zion's 385 pounds playing over in, Xinjiang province in China, okay, bowing down to Xi Jinping, okay? You think I want that? You think anyone else wants that?
don't want that.
No, they don't. All I'm saying is Zion, okay, this is one more year that we're notching off his
Checking
career,
off.
okay? And he's already been paid. Now it's time to maybe take this shit seriously.
Hey, come on, Zion, we need you.
What do you say, Zion?
We need you,
All right,
Zion.
you can
Was
get
that
your
an Ocean's 11 reference?
No, Xi Jinping is the current
No,
fucking.
before that.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Come on, Zion.
Zion
Come on,
need you,
Zion.
okay? Don't need you to end up being Oliver Miller, being 6'9" and weighing 375 pounds playing in China, okay? You belong in the NBA. You belong in the Hall of Fame. You should be a perennial all-star. Fucking take the Bumpus Hounds for a walk every once in a while, all right? Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Ty. I didn't like the way you said fatso a few times because my weight fluctuates and I'm not an easily skinny human being. I have to focus on, the whole what I'm eating because I love food.
Yeah.
I enjoy eating a lot. Some people don't. Some people don't like eating. Some people just have the ability to stop eating great tasting things and then move on, either easily or very difficult. They're able to do it. Some people aren't. I am a person that enjoys eating. My weight fluctuated as I was in the NFL, but there came a point where it was like, hey, you're kind of disgusting. You know what I mean? Like Vinatieri actually had a convo with me. And Darren, special teams coordinator for the Bengals, there was one preseason game. He was like, so what's the deal here? You're just trying to become like the fattest punter in the league? And I was like, Darren.
Jesus.
Darren. Jeez.
When you mentioned the
all white jerseys, Darren. Come on.
We wore these Spanx. Hey, Darren, you guys wearing black and orange. I get it. I got these Spanx on or whatever. But it was like a convo that I had to have, and I immediately got better.
Yeah.
Like, I got better as soon as I started taking care of myself and focusing on it, but it was not an easy thing for me. And then you think back to other athletes. Like, there's some athletes that lose weight quickly whenever they retire. And then there's some guys that gain a lot of weight quickly. It's because how people view food and their tendencies with it and around it. So I understand it's not easy, but God damn it, we want Zion to be in the best possible shape he could possibly be in. Because there were some pictures, we heard he maybe changed his entire thing, and there were some pictures that came out where he looked like jocked, and we're like, holy shit, is this a new Zion? And they were like, no, this is what he always looks like. He's like, oh, he's always been jacked. Everybody in that world seems to believe that he has to trim down with the way the NBA is, with the way traveling is. It's not easy, though, AJ. It's not an easy thing, but if he did it, the NBA would be much better, I think, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of humans alive have struggles with that, trying to figure out like, all right, and how do you limit what you're eating? What do you, as you get older too, it doesn't get easier for people to stay in shape. So that's another thing to worry about. But you think all of these injury situations are related to his weight?
It feels like that's the way where the smoke and the fire. I mean, that's what Ty
The hamstring strain is what freaks me out. A 3-month hamstring strain is what's weird, because if you do put him back in there and they say we want to protect him for his long-term health, it's not like he had microfracture surgery on his knee. We're talking a hamstring that even if he ripped it off the bone in the playoffs would heal in the offseason.
Have you ever had a hamstring?
Nope. Luckily, I have not.
No, but hamstrings, though, like a couple weeks, I think depending
really
on
bad ones, maybe a month for a really bad one.
3 months.
So there has to be more, or he had a setback. They tried to come back and do the 2-on-2, 2-on-3, and he popped it again, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe we could just see him pop it again in live action.
Yeah. Like
What
is what's the 2-on-2 bullshit? Like even that stuff, it's like, hey, if this guy's just having a hamstring injury, you should probably be coming back a little sooner. And the other thing to Ty's presentation, they already gave him a max contract. Like they gave him a 4-year, $180 million deal.
Invested a lot of money in this guy, and he is like he's unbelievable to watch. And you're not like I'm not trying to just rip on his weight, but like that clearly is one of the fucking issues. And maybe the problem is he doesn't have as many people around him because like whenever he does play, he plays unbelievable.
26 and 7.
Exactly.
Good.
So maybe it's like, hey, I don't need to change anything, but also like he's running the risk of. You keep getting hurt like this eventually. Like he's
career wasted.
He's not going to be playing in the NBA in 2 years.
Whole career wasted.
Exactly.
Greg Oden.
Well, and talk about the new
he had a knee.
The new deal too, like 65 games to win an award. He'll never win an MVP or a Defensive Player of the Year or Most Improved.
It's a shame. We miss you out there, Zion.
Yeah.
Get better, Zion. I want to see you playing in China.
You certainly don't. None of us
don't. No.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to the 5 Energy phone line here. Let's go to Ben in Rhode Island. What's going on, Ben?
How's it going?
Keep it going, Ben. Howdy, baby.
With the NFL draft coming up, it kind of feels like there's like the draft gets super hyped up with the quarterbacks. It feels like there was like that 1 and 2 guy for a long time. Like in 2021 with Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, like through middle school, they were the number 1, number 2 guys, and all of a sudden Wilson, Lance, they get hyped up, and then Fields falls 11 to the Bears, which I'm a Bears fan. Why do you all think this happens? Like, it seems to happen every year.
Oh, that's a great question. Evaluation, performance. Some people come out of nowhere. Like Mac Jones came out of nowhere, kind of, I think, in that whole conversation of who's at the top. Obviously, he had backed up for a long time. Joe Burrow kind of came out of nowhere. He was backing up quarterbacks at Ohio State before he had to transfer out. So I think there's an outlier that kind of comes out of nowhere that can potentially rattle some things. But Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, I'd assume Anthony Richardson.
Yeah,
they were.
Hendon Hooker is older, though, right?
Yeah. He went to Virginia Tech first, I think.
He's 24, 25.
25.
I assume they've all been in the conversation, though, of like top quarterbacks of that class, I would assume.
Yeah, and also.
Yeah, Bryce and CJ know each other a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Will Levis, too, he had to transfer. And like sometimes players come out of nowhere, right? Because other teams are pumping them up. Like the whole Mac Jones thing, the Trey Lance noise got so loud that eventually like flipped the Niners almost, it feels like.
Yeah, the Mac Jones, Trey Lance noise was wild.
Crazy, up until the day of.
Wasn't that, AJ? That was really wild. I wonder if they knew, if they actually knew, and then they didn't decide till day of. That's why news kind of came out. That particular day, we had a source tell us that particular thing, and that kind of set off a chain of events on that particular draft day that was wild. I don't know if we'll ever be able to encapsulate what that day was like from our standpoint and how everything was unfolding. But Carolina knows, right? They know?
I honestly don't know. I am not sure either way. And also, if we know who's pulling the trigger, who's making the final decision, is it the owner?
Lombo said Tepper's making it.
Yeah. And he said that they wouldn't trade up if they didn't know who they were going to take.
And he said,
then I guess,
and Lombo said Bryce Young's the pick. I've been saying that for a month. We don't know if it's been a full month, but he's trying to say, like, I didn't feel this way.
The whole month of April, at least.
Yeah, this month of April. This whole month.
Right.
That we're currently in.
Yes.
Already 7 days in.
I know.
It's wild.
Hey, life's flying, AJ.
Yeah, I know. Pretty quick.
I got a baby coming soon.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Month and a half, like a little over a month.
Yeah, a little over a month.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Get that
You have to get the house set up at all?
Get that go bag.
Get the go bag ready.
Yeah. That was.
Oh, yeah, we got the hospital bag or whatever?
Yeah, that was number one.
You gonna cut the cord?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you can cut the cord.
You can too, did you?
Yeah, I did, but like I said, I stayed up top. I wasn't down in the danger zone. I was up there just petting my wife's head, saying "Good job."
Supportive.
And then cut the cord and don't take a gander at anything down there.
That's you have like 4 kids every time?
Absolutely, yeah. My wife was on board with that. She's like, "No, you're good. Yeah, you don't need to." I'm like, "Yeah, I told you before, man. Like, that 2 girls, 1 cup messed me up for a couple of years. So I'm not."
Good point.
Me too.
I told my wife the same thing. She's like, "I get it. I don't want you down there either."
I didn't even think about the 2 girls, 1 cup thing because I used to gag immediately upon hearing of it because I would think of that smoothie, soft serve.
Exactly. Ruins
I
it.
did puke, obviously, the first couple times I came into the world.
Where are those girls now?
I honestly,
I think they're running Fortune 500.
they had to have died. I mean, the things they were putting into their bodies.
God.
OnlyFans, maybe?
I don't know, dude.
They would have made it.
Somebody that's just guzzling poop probably, has made other decisions.
Yeah, that's true.
We hope they're okay. Honestly, we hope they're okay. But
Yeah, it is weird. They haven't popped up. You would think like one of the "Where are they now" situations we'd see.
Probably still guzzling poop.
Yeah. True life, maybe?
I still like poop.
why don't you take this, kind of
How
on
did
your
that get
shoulders?
so famous? How did that get thrown around the world?
Because everybody had the same reaction when they saw it. They vomited.
Yeah.
And then some people were able to get past it and laugh at it. I, like you, numerous years into the future, anytime I heard about it, it was a.
That one and Church of Fudge. Oh.
See, I don't know which one you're
haven't
talking
seen
about.
that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
refuse to ever watch it. Never seen it.
Church of Fudge? Sounds like you
Either
have
of
to
them.
seek it out.
Either of them. I have never seen them.
All right, because 2 Girls, 1 Cup was shoved into my face.
Oh, yeah.
Sam
You
Bennett
should, Evie.
is in second
Evie should.
place. What's that?
He just hit a long putt too, Sam Bennett. But Evie probably should, just so he has a reference on what we're talking.
No, I'm good. If people say it's gross,
Foxy,
don't watch
never-
it. I won't watch it.
Foxy, here's what it is.
You should watch.
Some people like it.
Soft serve ice cream
Okay.
out of asshole into mouth.
Okay. Yep.
Not ice cream, though.
Okay.
Diarrhea.
Ask the mom.
All right, I just watched it. I'm good. I don't
No,
have to
you'd
see
like
it.
like the cinematic value of it though, Foxy. You probably should.
Yeah,
check it
because
out.
that bathroom video you created in high school,
Exactly.
Yeah.
kind of similar.
It's like Top Gun.
Hey, this is your guys' generation, by the way.
Yeah, it was fucked up. It was. It was a fucked up part of our generation. I
Yeah.
will say we didn't get everything right,
Your
dude.
generation wouldn't be able to fucking last.
Yeah, the Pain Olympics were a game changer.
Dude, I puked.
Glass ass.
I puked seeing it. I don't know that one. See, these are the things that I don't.
Oh, they're all
Yeah.
great.
This guy sits on the
John,
jar and
they're all
prays.
great. You like that type of stuff.
Shaped us as human beings. Yeah.
Really did.
Didn't shape me, bro.
They are crazy videos. That was like the birth of the internet. Was 2 Girls, 1 Cup? You could say.
Yeah.
It was dial-up, probably.
Yeah.
People were getting it.
E-bombs were-
Kimbo.
Gates.
So, like for me, Kimbo Slice, one of the earliest
Sure, him just going into
internets.
backyards.
You know what
Yep.
I mean? And then I think we experienced the pitfalls of the internet quickly with 2 Girls, 1 Cup after that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, the internet's awesome. What do you see? Well, I see this guy down in South Florida. He's got these, he's kind of got a bald head and then he's got dreads there. And then he just walks into people's backyards and beats the fuck out of them.
That's sweet.
Where's that at? Oh, it's on computer. You got to call and then you get there and you just got to hope.
got mail.
You got to hope that it updates. Yeah, that obviously Instant Messenger obviously came into the game and everything was good.
Yeah.
Everything was, the internet's awesome. Holy shit. And then all of a sudden 2 Girls, 1 Cup comes. It's like the internet has some downfalls.
I gotta turn this off.
Little did we know, though, that would just lead to a For You page on Twitter.
Yeah.
That would just be people getting
Yes.
their fucking heads caved in
Right.
on a regular basis. It's tough to see some of that stuff, AJ. I can't do it.
Did the girls puke? Were they puking on each other too?
No, they're professionals.
I think one of them
Actually,
did.
yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of them
You would
did.
have to.
There was puke.
Yeah.
So that actually got me in trouble the night I got arrested.
Yeah.
They said at some point you should have puked. You did not. This means your body was used to it or whatever. And I said, do we know if I puked? Did you ask me if I puked? Nobody asked me. I was shirtless. That's probably why. That's probably why I took the shirt off.
Yeah, there's puke on it.
They're like, not once. Whenever you tell the story, have you said that you puked in there or whatever? It's like,
Yeah, we always leave that.
sue me.
Yeah.
You know?
I probably did.
And then bang, 27 months in the substance of abuse program. Thank you. Thank you so much. Imagine if those girls didn't puke, though. That means their body's just used to it.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Which leads me to my next point. They're definitely dead, which is a shame.
Probably.
But they made some questionable decisions.
Moment of silence, maybe.
It's got
Yeah.
Put on the ticker.
2 girls, 1 cup. Girl,
R.I.P.
dead.
Miss you girls, love you girls.
I did not. I hated every part of seeing
I'm not
it.
going back to it. I haven't gone back to it since I don't know what
Ever.
grade I watched it, but yeah.
Ever.
Can't wait to make you watch.
No, that's what. Remember, I did get something forced in my face by AJ.
Oh yeah.
I'm not good at those things.
That's
I'm not.
right.
I'm not good at watching those stuff. I try to keep myself isolated away from all that stuff because I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it. You guys think it's disgusting. Awesome. In my head, don't have to watch it. I'll just take your guys' kind of notes. That's disgusting. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fake report on the internet about one of the girls that I'm certainly not going to say into a microphone. But
Have Zeet say it.
go ahead, Zeke.
I saw that.
I saw a report that one of the girls did die a year later of dysteria.
Dysentery.
Hysteria.
That has to be a rumor.
That's what he said in my ear, by the way, for breaking news. Like, that's what happens. That's how the show works. What he just said right there. That's what happens. That's what happens for everything.
What'd they die from?
Hey, one of the girls died from dysteria. That's what. Think about that. We got to be the only show on earth
Oh yeah.
that has that type of operation.
No doubt.
ZD, baby. Good research, Zeke. We appreciate you.
Baby Zeke.
Let's go to the phones. Oh, man. Just had a visual.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it's
God.
tough thinking about it.
All right.
Don't do it.
Change the subject. Let's go to Swan in Wisconsin. What's going on, Swanee? See you, Swanee.
Didn't have anything good to add to that conversation?
Let's go to Jeff in Oregon. He's puking. Swanee was puking. We just got an update. Swanee.
Might have been looking it up. What's
Let's go to Jeff. Do not. Just go to Jeff in Oregon. How you doing, Jeff?
How we doing, boys?
Keep it moving, Jeff. Hell yeah.
Holy shit, I just got to say it's an honor to have my voice echo through the sacred pews of the Thunderdome.
Wow, nobody
Thank
can
you
hear
so
you in the
much.
Thunderdome. Just all our headphones are on. There's actually no sound out here, but we get what you're saying, and we're thankful.
Well, in my mind, it's just echoing through, and it's beautiful, and I love it. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, sounds good.
No pews.
What I want to know is, we talk about how the AFC is stacked, right? We got Pat Mahomes.
Why?
We got Joe Burrow.
Why?
We got fucking maybe Aaron Rodgers. I don't know.
Why?
We got Justin Herbert.
Why?
How come my boys from Duval don't get that same respect? We just beat Herbert down 27-0 at halftime last year. Our division's fucking easy. We're going to have another home playoff game this year. We got Calvin Ridley we added. How come nobody's talking about my boys from Jacksonville, huh?
All right, Jeff. Thank you, pal. Another conversation about the Jacksonville Jaguars that we need to have. Balky has a clown figurine on his desk because the fans of the Jacksonville Jaguars, for the last game against the Indianapolis Colts a couple years back, not all of them, a majority of them dressed like clowns because they felt as if the team was being run by clowns. That's how embarrassing the operation was down there. That was when Urban Meyer was the head coach and then let go. Balky was the GM. The Kahn family, still owners now, were owners then. They had little to no expectations ever. First pick of the draft back-to-back years. That's tough to do, to be the worst team in the NFL back-to-back years. They're trying to make you better. So that convo has always been the convo about the Jags. Now, the Jags beat the Colts in that Clowntown game.
That's right.
So,
and that's a division rival, allegedly. The division is weak. With the way Trevor Lawrence plays football, and with the video I just seen of them working out with Calvin Ridley and the boys out there, they're going to be damn good. They were damn good, and we're going to talk more about them. But I don't think the time is now, strictly because of what the time has been in Jacksonville, which is abysmal, which is not your fault. The fans are excited, I think, for the future, but that's why it's not the constant conversation, AJ.
I think if you're a Jags fan, you should obviously be very excited about the team you have going forward. And like they look like they are a legit contender for some time, like moving forward. But also, like, enjoy the fact that you're under the radar. This is great for them. You don't want that. You don't want the expectations to be too high because you can just take the whole league by storm, which I think they kind of did last year. They definitely kind of started. They set the roots like going the right way, I feel like.
In the conversation with the Jags kind of has been this offseason, like, yeah, they're going to be in it. I feel like even though we're not talking about them as much as the other guys, the assumption is, yeah, the Jags are going to win the AFC South, no doubt about it.
And Doug Peterson has won before. He's down there now. Trevor Lawrence appears to be a guy. They got weapons. Let's get to a break. On the other side, Dana White will be joining us to chit-chat about UFC 287.
Hell yeah.
Pereira, Adesanya, 2. Although they fought 3 times thus far.
That's right.
2 times in another promotion in kickboxing. Can't wait to hear what Dana's thinking and talking about. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
Tonight is a night where everything's going to be remembered. Every play, every sweat, every fight.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I will soon, soon. Know as a child back in the womb.
Hey, let's have a national championship Monday, huh? My name's Pat McAfee. I've started this show 2 different occasions already. This will be the 3rd. Wow. It's 2023. We eat adversity for lunch. There's just so many different forms of gummies coming in my mouth.
Boss man, can you do a kickflip?
100 for it? 100 for it? Oh! Come on, bro. That was awesome. Hey, this little teddy bear is cool. This little round thing is sweet. All right, I feel pretty good for this ESPN party. Let's go have a blast in there. Boom. Need you to do a red carpet. I've never done a red carpet before.
I got to poop, sorry.
I don't know if now's the time.
We're invited to the ESPN party, and now we are all sitting on a red carpet. We had no idea this was coming, obviously. We thought we were just getting some free drinks.
A lot of people on the internet say I looked high. What's that all about? I'm a massive fan of Posner. He was getting motivational speeches in between songs. He was playing other people's songs. He was telling people, stay Dahn. We're going to make a moment. Only on the count of 3, we're going to go crazy. Oh, I know. Sad song. Sad song. Oh, oh, yeah.
A couple of these. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Who's up? What do you want?
What'd you do?
Gotta make this practice game, baby. It's gotta last until 9 o'clock.
Happy birthday, sack of shit.
So fired up to be here.
Yeah.
I got a necktie and everything.
Holy shit. Tim Tebow's here. Oh my God.
Look at that cut.
The most handsome shot in our show's history. Nick Saban has been spotted at SoFi. Great work in the back. Fox team boys crushed it. Now we got game day, then the MegaCast. Let's go. Hey, let's have a night. Obviously, the enemy of great is good. The enemy of a dynasty is winning one championship and letting it go. Fran, you're obviously going to Colorado, a place that's been looking for some sort of championship for 20 years. You're also one of the greatest speakers I've ever heard. What are you saying to your team?
You can't get here and all of a sudden change.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a different mannerism of somebody, and especially the coaches. See, everybody's talking about the players, but you got to coach the coaches too.
Did you smile there too?
I saw
Were you smiling?
I saw a smile.
I do that every now and then.
The rat poison, smiling. That's embedded fourth quarter perfection. Matthew Stafford, fourth quarter perfection. Big moments, Tebow perfection. We got some real magic here tonight, don't we? And I love that toad that takes those mushrooms and eating their With that being said, Stetson Bennett's 25 years old. He's so damn comfortable. Darnell Washington's the backup tight end. He's 6'7", 270. Brock Bowers, best player on the field. The defense full of dogs. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs go back-to-back. First time since this man and his Alabama squad. I love the Bulldogs tonight, barking all over the place, Coach. All right, here we go, huh? A little bit of rush from old game day down the field. We went all the way to the roots to come back. We are so sorry. All right, let's roll. I gotta get to the sleep, and then I'm gonna hop over the sleep thing. Good, Brad. are looking at SoFi Stadium, where we'll be crowning a national champion for our college football season tonight. And the Dogs are on the board early. Wide open.
That's the shot that they wanted, baby.
Oh, Stetson Bennett with his second touchdown in the first half. Pick.
Oh, no.
Georgia's first down. One-handed touchdown. Brock Byers, touchdown. It is currently 45-7. It is 52-7. Touchdown.
This is just a good old back-home ass whooping.
It's a blowout, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Hey-o. That son of a bitch, Uga, is having the night of his life.
Wow.
It's raining indoors in Los Angeles. This is God taking a tinkle on something magical, isn't it? Let's get that.
Get him on camera.
That mustache.
Holy smoke.
Holy smokes.
Are you a firefighter?
Good for you, bro. Thanks for your service. First down, Horned Frogs on a 2nd and 3. Why don't we call a game? Holy hell, Tim Tebow is coming. Tebow, we're live.
We're on.
We're live right now. Welcome back to SoFi Stadium. Right before the break, an extra point almost killed Tim Tebow. Natural instincts had to take in place. I could not lose the greatest human on earth, and I'm happy they gave you that ball, Tim. Tone, act like you're Sonny Dykes, please.
All right, boss. First half didn't go our way. We're doing this for the great state of Texas. You know who else was down 31 points?
Who's that?
The Italians.
All right, let's take the tractor another round. What are you watching out there, Coach?
Honestly, you know, they're better off grabbing Luka Doncic out of the crowd and maybe lining him up next to Quentin Johnson at receiver. Because they can't do a damn thing.
We decided Tebow here, formerly known as praying for this TCU team to do something. So you put your hands up, play that song, butterflies fly away. Thank you for your service, sir. You're a badass, man.
Those other Americans, I wouldn't be here.
What a run, huh? The boys crushed it. This shakes you.
TCU sucks.
Be so mean all the time.
What?
That's all she wrote for college football season. What a year. Let's fucking get home.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this feel-good Masters Friday, April 7th, 2023. Hour 3 starts now.
Feel good.
Hey, Friday, now we're having a good one here. The man to my left, your right, is a guy who did not win the Ryder Cup. We just found that out moments ago. We've been saying it for 2 years that he had. He had been letting us lie. Stolen valor, but a fucking dog. AJ Hawk, who's the Super Bowl champion. The Toxic Table is here. One half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys, is here. And joining us now is a man who has a massive weekend because UFC 287 is tomorrow night. There's a massive grudge match that's about to take place for the title. Izzy Adesanya will battle against his longtime rival, Pereira, in what will be electrifying in the beautiful city of Miami as Street Jesus Jorge Masvidal takes on Gilbert Burns. It'll be a great fight night, and the man that put it all together, ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Dana White.
Yeah, Dana!
What's up, dude?
What's up, boys? How are you?
Hey, we wasted some of your time. We apologize. I had to run and take a piss, and I actually pulled my popliteus, which is a muscle in the back of my knee, so I had to waddle to the shitter. We apologize for being a little late, pal.
No, it's all good, man. I liked watching it. I liked watching how you're such a rock star now, walking through the back halls. Everybody wants to talk you, touch you.
Whoa.
Yes, rip your tie off, put your shirt on.
Come on.
Good stuff.
Well, I'm trying to be Dana White, you know, and not that you're ever wearing a tie, but you are always on the move. Are you done in Miami already, and how is the vibe?
I am. It's incredible. You know what's amazing about this city is, you know, I was reading the stat. Traffic here is horrendous.
Terrible.
I was reading this stat where like almost 500,000 people have moved here in the last year. So this place is jumping, man. We went to I had dinner with my old partner Lorenzo Fertitta last night, and I went to meet my crew after at midnight at this restaurant. Place was packed. The streets are packed at midnight. This place reminds me of what LA was 10 years ago. It's incredible.
Okay, I've heard the great news. I've seen it on the internet. Getting to experience it, I assume, is a different animal. It's just alive and well, because weren't they putting, for spring break, I think they were putting like curfews in order because it was getting too wild. I think like 2 weeks ago, you could see how that could be the case, it appears.
Yeah, it's incredible. The buzz and energy down here is great. The weather's good every day. I'm looking out my window right now. The beach is packed all the way up and down. People are walking up and down the streets and shopping. It's just Miami is as hot as Miami has ever been.
Congratulations, Miami. Let's go. Go ahead, AJ.
Dana, what do you feel like? What does it feel like there, ahead of this big event? Miami, obviously, unbelievable place, but sometimes when there's a lot of other great things to do, people don't pay as much attention. Maybe like a football team, say, out in California, like, oh, why would I go to the game? I want to surf. Is Miami similar to that, or are people still pretty juiced for the event?
Incredible question, brother, because let me tell you what. We haven't been here in 20 years. 20 years ago, I came down here and we did a live gate of like $446,000. And I said, I will never come back here again. And here I am 20 years later. And this gate is like, we're probably going to hit $11.5 million on the gate here. Place is sold out. It's packed. And it's the biggest gate outside of Las Vegas and Madison Square Garden in the United States. Miami is on a whole nother level now, man. I'm telling you, 10 years ago, LA was one of the greatest cities in the country, maybe even in the world. Not so much now. And when you look at Miami now, Miami is exactly what LA used to be. It's fascinating to see this down here.
It's fascinating in my mind right now whether or not we just throw a little gasoline in there and say, what do you think happened to LA, to you? But we will keep this positive because we got a massive weekend. But to AJ's point there, you talked about the $450,000 gate. Like some people, those Miami Heat games, people don't even show up till late. And UFC fights, I mean, I think that's kind of status quo. But Street Jesus being in there has to be a big deal, right? Obviously, Jorge Masvidal, that's a great decision by you to have that take place. And I think business sense, it'll make up for itself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, whenever you go into one of these towns, you can have one of the hometown guys on the card, especially when they're a huge superstar like he is. It makes all the sense in the world. But that doesn't always work out with timing. And you'd be surprised, but a lot of guys don't like to fight in their hometown like it used to be. There's a lot of pressure on them. Everybody hitting them up for tickets. People, everywhere they go, everybody's on. It's a lot of pressure for a guy to fight in his own hometown. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's a big deal.
Jorge's ready for it, I assume. And obviously the main event is a big deal because it's a rematch and these guys have known each other for a long time. And we'll dive into that at some point. But we have to talk, whenever you talk about gate and business and how good your business is, about the addition of the WWE into the Endeavor family. Did you know this was happening? Were you a part of the conversation? I understand Ari Emanuel runs Endeavor, which purchased UFC and then said, hey, Dana, we need you to stick around. We're going to pay you a hilarious amount of money to continue to do your thing. And the price valuation, smart play, has only gone up since the Endeavor purchase. And obviously pay-per-views break records and gate break record breaking all the time. WWE, Vince McMahon, sticking around. Endeavor does the purchase. How much did you know? How much were you involved? And how do you feel about it, Dana?
Yeah, it's one of the great things about Ari and why he's such a great partner and why he's so good to work with. He came in and he bought the UFC. They asked me to stay, and Ari is one of those guys that he lets you run your business. He lets you do what you do. And I actually met with the McMahons the last time I was in New York to really talk about. They wanted to know what it was like to be, in business with them and everything else. And obviously, I couldn't say anything but incredible positive things about it. Ari's one of those guys. You run your business, and if you need him, pick up the phone and call him, and he can make anything happen. So I think, how this is going to affect our company, it won't at all. I mean, we're going to keep doing what we do. How it affects WWE is I think that there's a lot of value that Ari can add on the business side, whether it's licensing, sponsorship, and the list goes on and on. He'll help grow those different areas of their business. And, they're valued at $9 billion. Watch and see what they are in 5 years.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing. That happened to UFC, obviously, when it was purchased for like $4 billion or $5 billion, or if it's six, maybe
$6.5,
six, whatever it was. It's now like 11 point something.
Yeah.
And whenever it was purchased, I think what's that?
4.02 billion. And we always knew there was room for growth. And what we wanted to do, and the Fertittas were really good about this, just like Bob Meyerowitz, who sold it to us. Bob Meyerowitz felt like we were guys that could take it to another level. And the same thing happened when we sold to Ari. You wanted to sell it to a guy who could help grow the business and take it to another level. And that's exactly what Vince has done too. When you look at all the suitors out there and all the people that possibly want to buy your business, you want to sell it to the group that you think can take it to another level.
Yeah, yours only has grown 3x in valuation, right? Since then, I think that they did the yeah, right.
That's pretty good.
Hey,
not bad.
Okay, because when it went for $4 billion, obviously everybody knows the story of you and the Fertittas buying it for like very cheap in comparison to. Then it goes for $4 billion. Everybody's like, "Damn, what a fucking American business story!" And a lot of people are like, "Never going to get that money back." These are haters, obviously. Never going to get them. Not me. Not me. Not me. A lot of people saying that's a lot of money for UFC, and then now it's worth $12 billion. It's like three. Are you fucking kidding me? That has to feel good, Dana.
Most of the media out there, my buddies in the media, were talking about Ari overpaid for it, stupidest thing ever. UFC has peaked. This is the end of it. And I always talk about this. When media people start talking about business, these guys have never done anything. They've never built anything. Nobody's ever depended on them for a paycheck. They're some of the dumbest people on earth when they talk about business. It's fascinating. And you're absolutely right.
Okay. Well, I want to let you know, over here in the NFL world, there's a lot of people talking about business that have no idea what they're talking about either. So I think that is just a common problem. But you've handled business incredibly well. You should be proud of yourself. You also look good. We still ketoing? Still keto?
Thanks. Okay. I will never. We'll do we'll do an interview in 3 years and I'll still be keto. I will never stop keto. I'm doing it for the rest of my life.
Okay, so I know a couple people who've been able to commit to keto for 17 years. I think Brock Lesnar said he's been doing keto for 15 years on our show. I think that was the thing. Most people say they can't stick with it. Obviously, you have the access to have the food and the chef. You think your taste buds will be able to handle it, or does that not matter?
It's been amazing for me. It's completely this whole Gary Brecka, this human biologist that I hooked up with 10 months ago in Miami, has completely changed my life, man. I'm not on any more doctors' pills, no more medicine, no thyroid, no blood pressure, no cholesterol medicine. All I'm on are supplements, natural supplements. I don't snore anymore.
What?
I don't have sleep apnea.
Send that over.
I don't have high blood pressure. My legs used to be all messed up from blood flow and cholesterol all gone. I feel like I'm 20 years old again. This guy has completely changed my life.
Okay, Dana, the jackhammer's back.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we like that, pal. Happy for you. Connor has a question for you, Dana.
Yeah, Dana, obviously the John Jones fight everyone watched, and he's, going at it with Stipe coming up here. There's a lot of talk with Ngannou now. Is he done completely with the UFC, or do you think there's a chance that you and him might work something out and he could come back?
No, we worked with this guy for 2 years to try to get him a fight. He's absolutely impossible to deal with. He'll never be in the UFC again. So he made his decision. We worked hard, man. And one of my guys, Hunter Campbell, who works for me, must have done 75 dinners with this guy trying to get him, on board. We offered him a lot of money, showed him nothing but respect. We wanted to keep him, and that ship has sailed.
Why?
Good.
Why didn't he want to? He just didn't think you were meeting the criteria? Because he comes from what, like a sand factory mine?
Mine.
Like his story is an incredible one. Just couldn't get to the number. What was it? Was it everything else? What is it?
I have no idea. I literally don't even think about him anymore. We've moved on, and the bottom line is there's no doubt John Jones is the best heavyweight in the world. So John Jones will fight whoever until John Jones decides to retire. It's fascinating because when you think about John Jones disappeared for a few years, then he pops up and says he wants to fight one of these guys. He doesn't care who it is. He'd have fought Francis. He'd have fought Stipe, Cyril, whoever it is. Then he comes in and he starts talking like, I'm going to walk right through this guy. I'm going to make it look so easy. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a pretty bold statement to say when you. Then he does it, and poof, he's gone again. John Jones goes back underground, and and let me know when the Stipe fight's done. And he is a fascinating, talented artist to deal with.
So you have not heard from him since?
Wow.
Haven't heard a word out of him.
What do you mean? Like, hey, John, congratulations on the David Copperfield.
Yeah.
That is
He's
awesome.
back in New Mexico doing whatever he does, man. He's shooting guns. He's got German Shepherds. He's, doing his thing.
Hey, congrats to John Jones. Just fucking, fucking. That is awesome. Go ahead, AJ.
Dana, coming from the position you have and so many people getting at you, isn't that kind of nice, kind of a relief that you don't have to deal with a guy every single day probably trying to text you and bug you about things?
Yeah, I mean, I love making the big fights and making fights that should happen when they're supposed to happen. But, in the history of this company, since I've been here, right, 22, 23 years, whatever it is, there's only 2 fights where we weren't able to make. A Fedor fight with Brock Lesnar and then a Francis Ngannou fight. Not a bad record, and, I'll take it.
You know why? I think it's because the way you go about doing business, everybody knows exactly what they're getting. For instance, yesterday, press conference, to promote a fight, you have Jorge Masvidal and Gilbert Burns there, and they ask a question about, Colby Covington or the next opportunity at the title, and you go, Colby Covington cut weight in London. He's got the next one. Then you take your drink of water. Then there's booing. There's a little bit of a scene. And then it's like, all right, next question. This is how this is going to be. You've always been that way. Heavy is the head, I guess. Making those decisions, you're not always going to be a fan favorite. Is that something you even worry about at this stage of anything?
No, listen, our fans are pretty good, man. They we got to set up. The thing that drives me crazy is yesterday we're up there and we're dealing with some of these MMA guys that are just fucking stupid, unprofessional, and looking for clickbait and dumb shit. And, you had these guys going up. Kevin Holland and Masvidal got into it. So they want to get up and start asking questions. Why did you guys get in a fight? What's going on with this? Shut the fuck up. These guys aren't fighting, okay? And it's not a good thing that they got in a fight in the background, in the back of the whatever, And it's so disrespectful to the guy that they're actually fighting. Do you have questions? These guys are gonna fight these other guys that are sitting up on the stage. Do you have any intelligent questions that you would like to ask them? And then that other fucking idiot gets up there and goes, now that the WWE deal is done, who would you like to hit with a fucking chair? You, motherfucker. That's who we like. Fuck up.
Hell yeah.
That's what I got to deal with every fucking weekend. Listen to this fucking idiot.
Hey, I'm happy that the doctor, down there in Miami was able to get you into fighting shit. Yeah. Because it feels like you are as sharp as a tack and have the energy to withstand this, because it's a lot of bullshit that you got to deal with. Are you going to do this forever? Is this what you're going to do forever, deal with this? And do they know that? Do the people that cover the sport who ask you the questions know that you're potentially going to be around forever?
Yeah, now that I got Gary Brecka, I'm going to do this till I'm 90.
Nice. Coming in there.
Hell yeah.
Fuck you. Still doing the whole thing. Have you thought about that or no?
What?
How long? How long you do this? Because you love it. It seems.
Still a lot of things that I want to do. The amazing thing about this business is there's no ceiling on this thing. There is no ceiling. So when you think about it, the population continues to grow every year. There's 8-point-something billion people in the world. Streaming is becoming a very real thing. And I believe that, like, when you look at the United States, where we have Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, there is going to be the equivalent to those globally, right? And as we continue to build the sport, we move into these new markets. I continue to build performance institutes in these different countries. We got one in China. We got one in the United States. We're building one in Abu Dhabi. We're building one right now in Mexico City. I want to build one in Brazil. I want to build one in Africa. And as these things continue to pop up and we continue to create this new, unbelievable up-and-coming talent and grow the sport, there is no ceiling on this thing.
So the globality of the WWE is very real with the UFC as well. Like the global audience matters. I think that's why we're seeing the Masters right now. They have this business in golf on lock because they have global rights deals. I think that are up almost every year that they're renegotiating all over the place with Endeavor. Right. And you said you think that there will be global networks. Is that a thought you think for Endeavor because you and the WWE have very similar styles? The WWE has performance centers all around the globe, and their international rights TV deals are a big part of the business. Same with you with pay-per-view buys. Is that something that you think Endeavor has thought about, or what do you think those networks will be founded by going forward?
100%. I mean, if you look at starting back in the 80s, I mean, sports rights have just been going like this. If you look at the new deal that the NFL just left DirecTV and went to YouTube. I mean, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And one of the things that we learned, a lot of things we learned during COVID, but one of the things we did learn is you cannot live without sports. I mean, TV shows can pop up left and right, and maybe you'll watch some, maybe people won't. Live sports is an absolute machine, and it's an absolute must. We have to have them. Life is not the same without live sporting events.
Tiger King came in there for like 4 days.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of gave us a good 4 or 5 days. The Last Dance gave us a couple days. Sports, though, I became an Aussie Rules football fan because it was the only fucking sport that was on. You just need to watch it. And what you have is like the most basic form of competition that every human wants to watch. It's great business. It's great business. You've done a fantastic job with it. Ty has a question for you.
Dana, after the WWE deal got done, a lot of people online were saying, like, oh, look for more crossover between the UFC and the WWE to happen in the future. And granted, you guys had amazing success with Brock, but he's one of one. And then you look at, CM Punk and not so much when he goes over there. Do you see that actually being a thing where there's going to be some crossover between your two promotions? Maybe not so much with wrestlers coming in and fighting in the octagon, but with, like big stars from the UFC, like showing up on WWE programming?
Not really. I mean, it wouldn't happen any more than it has, regardless of the relationship. When you had people who were interested in becoming professional wrestlers, I mean, it was something that I was never really against anyway. I mean, if that's what they wanted to do and they felt like their career was winding down and they were talented enough to do it and the WWE was actually interested in them, I never had a problem with that. But when you talk about guys coming over here in the UFC, Brock is definitely a one of one. You know what I mean?
I'd say
he at a very high level, collegiate. He's a big dude. He's agile for being as big as he is, and he came over here and he won the title. There's not going to be any of that type of crossover. And then you had all the dummies online. Oh, no, this is all going to be fake too. We're sanctioned by the athletic commissions in every state, you morons, okay? The government oversees us. There's not going to be any, they got the judges, they got the referees, they have all that stuff. And you can gamble on this. It's just like nothing's going to change. It's exactly the same. The parent company can deliver a lot of things to both businesses. And if you're a guy like Ari, right, and we're going into renegotiations with arenas, Ari has the UFC, the WWE, PBR, and lots of other things. So he becomes very powerful. And also when you're talking about renegotiating television rights like you were a minute ago, this company is an absolute powerhouse now.
Yeah, I'd say. Go ahead, AJ.
Another powerhouse that you mentioned last time you were on, it was doing very well. How about Slap League? Where are you at with that right now? And I'm sure it continues to grow.
People still getting locked up? I assume they are, huh? Well,
yeah. It's been unexplainable, guys. I mean, the success that this thing has had, it's been around for weeks. Wrap your head around that. Weeks. We have 3.5 million followers on TikTok and Instagram already in weeks. 3 billion social impressions. 250. Right now, we are the biggest short on YouTube ever.
Dude, these are all stats. These are all stats from the Slap League. We looked these up. The numbers that your Slap League are doing is fucking absurd. Now, slapping people in the mouth on the internet has always been successful. Creating it to become a league and a way for people to make money I think is good vision by you. You're taking it on the shins as these people are taking it in their buttons. But the fucking numbers speak for themselves digitally, and that's the whole strategy, right? This is the whole strategy.
100%. So I told you guys last time I was with you, when I launched this thing, we put it on television, we built a digital strategy, we built a social strategy. And it's almost sort of a test to see how this works. Because I told you, I saw it back in 18, looked like they filmed it on a fucking flip phone in a basement, and the thing's pulling 350 million views. And I was like, God damn, what if you did this the right way? Now, think about this. This thing is weeks old, right? On YouTube, we are the biggest YouTube short ever in sports. We did, it's something like 250 million views, right? The biggest one on YouTube for the NFL is 21 million. NBA, it's like 5 million. Formula One, 7.8. And the WWE's biggest one is 64 million. We destroy everybody in sports with Power Slap.
Yeah, digitally, socially, it is a big success because it's hard not to be. You see two people standing right next to each other, staring at each other. It's hard not to be like, all right.
What's going on?
What the hell's about to happen here? And then you see the pump fakes. Hi. Hi. And then, bah! And then boom. Start the clock. Oh, now there's a clock. Okay, got 30 seconds. And then bang, we're back. And it's like, what the fuck is this? It's like perfect internet.
Yeah.
It is like perfect internet. Are you going to be able to, business-wise, take advantage? How do you plan on making the most of this as a company?
Well, we did this deal with Rumble, and what's crazy is it's very reminiscent of the deal that I did with Spike TV, except it's bigger. Okay, which is fascinating. So,
hell yeah.
When you look at where Spike was when we started with them, and you look at where Rumble is now that we're starting, Rumble now has 80 million access to 80 million people. When we did the finale, 2.3 million people tuned in to watch the finale, and 1.7 million of them had never been to Rumble before. 69% of the people who tuned in were 30 years old and younger. And where this thing really works is it works on social media, right? And it's really, really good in bars. So we're building this whole social media platform. We're building a digital strategy, and we're building a bar business over the next couple of years.
Okay, so Amazon was able to negotiate with somebody to get into the bars for their Thursday night football deal. I assume you'll just have to do the same thing there.
Exactly what we will do. We'll do the same thing with Rumble. And I told everybody 6 months ago, watch what I do with this Power Slap thing in the next few months. And I'm going to tell you guys now, watch what I do over the next 2 years.
Is there any chance that this thing doesn't have success with you? It sounds like this is a real, I don't want to say a passion project for you, but it feels like a lot of people have told you this won't fucking work. You shouldn't fucking do it. With only makes you, is that right? You know, is that what's happening here with Power Slap? Yeah, we think?
You're absolutely right, my friend. So, me and Lorenzo Fertitta have been down here, for like 2-3 days. Every meeting we've been doing is Power Slap meetings right now. Sponsors, we're going to Abu Dhabi for season 2. That deal's
Fight Island?
Yeah.
Slap Island?
Wait to shove this up everybody's ass. I can't wait.
All right, let's talk about UFC 287 tomorrow. Obviously, you got the Masters happening of golf right into a stacked card down in Miami with Jorge Masvidal and Gilbert Burns battling, then Alex Pereira and Izzy Adesanya. Obviously, Style Bender is one of the greatest athletes on earth. What are you expecting out of tomorrow's fight card, and how electrifying you think that building is going to be, Dana?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the main event is awesome. Everybody's going to be fired up about that. The co-main event, with Burns and Masvidal. The fight with the Yanez fight is awesome with the new young kid that we brought in.
Rob Font.
Rob Font too. Rob Font. And I'm talking about Raul and Christian Rodriguez. 7-0 undefeated versus 8-1. And then, the Rob Font fight with Yanez is going to be an absolute war.
Couple Massachusetts and New England folks fighting tomorrow night.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, we all remember when the
Chris Moutinho
beat up Sean O'Malley's hands with his face You know, it seems like every time those New England people get in there, we got lightning and fireworks. We assume the same tomorrow. Congrats on all the success. Enjoy the hell out of Miami, Dana.
Yeah, thanks for everything, guys. It's always a pleasure, man.
Hell yeah, you're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Dana White. What do you say? What do you say? The more you persecute, the stronger the belief. What was it?
Yeah, like the more you are persecuted from the outside, the stronger you are in your beliefs.
Feels like that slap league.
Yeah, power slap ain't going anywhere.
Dana is not going to let that thing go. Not going to let it go. He's like the biggest that, the NFL has, short-wise. You ever heard of them? YouTube Shorts. These are new, Reels or TikToks or whatever they call it. Google's gotten into the game. The biggest one in the NFL has 21 million. Pretty good. 21 million. That's a lot.
That's huge.
250 is what we got. 250 million. Okay? That's how many people are watching. You might not like it. People love it. This is how it goes.
Pretty bummed.
That's what Dana's thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tone, you have a Rumble account. How is it? You've been watching on there?
Those numbers seemed weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
When you say 80 million, that's a lot of people. How many people are, I guess it is a global thing.
Yeah, true. It also
fighting is very global. Well,
Dana's audience is a global audience.
Yeah.
Like, UFC is a global.
You have fighters from all over the world.
Plugged in everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere. Like South America, obviously. Africa has fighters. Australia has fighters.
Russia.
Europe has fighters. Russia. China has.
Yeah.
They built a UFC institute in China. Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere, man.
A lot of people over there. That means he did business. That'd be
How's that work?
Yeah.
We'll ask him next time. We need to.
That's one of those things that, like, as a journalist, I guess I don't do great because as soon as I hear he's ever there, I go, wow, so many people going to watch. That's my first thought is, like, business-wise, like, oh, my God, so many people.
He shook Hasbulla's hand.
He did.
Yeah, and he also got him a bunch of shoes, too.
A ton of shoes.
That's the first time we talked to him in a long time. We didn't ask about Bula.
Well, we did last time.
Kind of feel like we had the time before that. And the time before that.
Yeah, Bull's come under some fire recently.
Yeah, unfortunately.
For his treatment of his cat.
Yeah, he's fucking with his cat.
Yeah, he's pinching his ears and putting them in a hole and punishing them.
What?
Yeah.
This is on the internet?
Yeah.
He wasn't punishing him.
Yeah, he was. That was the whole.
Well, it was punishment, but he didn't know. Is what I'm.
That's how they do it in Dagestan and where
I
he's
would
from.
say
What type of cat?
Where he comes from, cats are the devil. Where I come from, cats are the devil too. But
have you ever met any of my cats? They're good cats.
Yeah, no, he loves cats.
I like
Tony.
Teddy. I think I've only met Teddy.
Teddy's a good cat.
Yeah.
Teddy though, if Teddy saw Bula smacking it, Teddy certainly
smack him back.
Not immediately, but locking it in and going like, okay, wait for this human to walk past this particular place at this particular time.
Sure.
And I'm coming,
Mountain lion.
I did know that if
Right
there
off
was a
the
mass
top.
casualty event, those cats would eat my body.
I don't, I hope if I was to die, I hope my cats would at least get to eat me if there was, what I mean? Let them live.
For sure.
Always have a part of you.
You have a cat, AJ?
No, I do not. Cats scare me.
Okay, so I was never a cat person either, and then Sam obviously brings a couple cats into my life. I'm a big fan.
Cats are sweet.
I'm a big fan of cats. I've become a big fan of cats. It hasn't always been that way, but I've become a big fan of them.
I mean, they kill a lot of animals out there. A lot of small animals, birds. They serve a purpose.
And the domestic ones, like they're just like dogs, but they can handle their own shit. And
Low
piss.
maintenance.
Exactly.
Yeah, they can kind of handle it, which is cool. Now, granted, inside of them, they do have that inner lion that you have to, wonder about.
Remember.
But if you build up enough mana with your cats,
That's right. Yeah. Great way to put it.
Exactly.
you will never hopefully be on the returning end of that. Like I thought yesterday, the Nova, our one cat that was literally in a dumpster at a fast food place, then jumped into Sam's car, and then okay, I'm your cat now. Just moved in with Sam. That's how it all happened. She, because Sam's pregnant, the cats have sensed it, noticed it, and everything like that. I wonder what Nova would do if a human was to come in and try to maybe wreck shop against our household. I do believe Nova would I think she'd go down swinging.
Yeah, go off.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the little lion is also a good thing to have in the house every once in a while. I don't know if she would win against many humans, obviously. She's going to be a nuisance, though.
Yeah, that's why Bengal cats are very interesting.
I think Drake has one. I saw him post a picture.
Bieber, too.
They got one of those jungle cats in their house.
That's
I don't
right.
recommend that.
Yeah.
Grow to like 3 feet.
Seems dangerous.
Pretty sweet.
You gonna take some clothes in? You gonna take some clothes or blankets into the hospital to introduce them to the new baby, to introduce them to the smell of the animals, and also take blankets from the hospital home to the babies or to the animals so they don't pounce on your baby.
Okay, is that what we got to do?
Yes.
That's smart.
People do that so they don't get so they get used to the smell or whatever, so it's not like a foreign thing coming into their house. Those cats and whatever otters, everything you have living over there, like they're the new world when a baby comes in.
I haven't seen any otters. Tim McAfee swears that he's seen an otter though in the back of the house.
Did he shoot it?
Never. No, didn't just open fire into
Box
the
of
lake.
Lucky Charms, probably.
Wow, we have a fox over there now.
Yeah, that thing's just chilling. That thing has made its home, actually, your pool yard over there.
So, yeah, it has.
It's
It'll
just
tend to
hanging.
do that.
Its hair too, just fucking
all over the
all
place.
over the place. Yeah,
Jeez
walk down there.
It's
And
that
like-
warm pool.
Yeah,
Hot pool.
Can't get in the pool yet, but I assume the fox will make its way into the pool at some point.
Might melt.
It does use all of the chairs though. All the chairs.
Yeah.
Why don't you just shoot it?
Whoa.
It's a fox. It might kill one of your cats.
The cats will fuck up this fox. Here's Drake's jungle cat that he has in his house. Yep, that's the jungle cat.
Beast.
Jeez.
That thing's huge, bro. That thing can jump up on top of anything.
Oh, yeah.
Because cats like to be at the top. That's like their thing. Look out. And then if that thing comes down sideways on you and doesn't recognize you, I mean, who knows what's
done.
going Probably right to the throat. Can't have Drake losing his throat.
No.
Well,
no,
we
no.
could.
No, Search and Rescue. Brand new song today, AJ.
Drake put out a new one today. Is it good?
Yeah.
Today, midnight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen
Bruce
to
couldn't
it.
go to Future last night because he was
So giddy.
anticipating the new Drake song, Search and Rescue.
It's a bit of a bop. You can bop to it.
I saw Bruce doing one of these to it
Get a
earlier.
little bop going.
No 360s like Posner?
No, just bops.
You do 360s to Posner?
Like on occasion.
Yeah,
When
how
the
come
time's
not?
right.
When you take a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah, you gotta take in the whole scene, you know.
Yeah, he was doing this one here. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a corporate party.
Yeah, Bruce is like a foot taller than everyone in the crowd, too.
Bruce, you made that party, Bruce. Not as much as Posner, but you know. what I mean.
Wow.
Yeah, Posner made the party. I was just happy to be there.
Corso on the sax. What are we talking about here?
Every once in a while, we'll put on a throwback Posner banger in here in the Thunderdome, and it'll really feel good because it will remind us of the times where Posner was just an artist trying to make good music. Because now Posner is an artist who's
Still
Weird.
making
He's a
good
weirdo.
music.
what?
Now
Still
he's just-
making good
now
music.
he's just a huge weirdo.
No,
What's he doing now? I don't get it.
Being weird all the time.
he's just spreading good mana. That is all he
artist.
does
He's
every
not
single day.
spreading good mana.
Yes,
but
he is.
Zion, why are you being so negative? First was Zion, now with Posner.
I wasn't being that Zion. That comes from a place of love. I love watching him play. I do not want to see him balloon up to 385 and go. Have
None
to
of us
play
do.
No one does.
Let's go to the phone, the 5 Energy phone line. Let's go to Alex in California. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, what's happening, Pat and the boys?
What's going on, Alex? What's happening?
Hey, how we doing? Keep it moving.
Bingo.
Basically, I tried to call in on Monday, and I've been talking to my coworker about it for the longest time. What about Aaron Rodgers getting traded to the 49ers? And then on Tuesday, it came out that after the darkness or whatever, he was considered playing for the Jets. Now, previously, before the darkness, he was considered retiring. But now, is it possible that the Niners can maybe get rid of Trey Lance because he was technically a first-round draft pick? So you get rid of Trey Lance, you give the Packers the other draft picks that they were asking for, and then possibly Aaron Rodgers, reconstructs his contract, makes a team-friendly deal for the Niners. How could he say no to that? Like everybody who even considers Aaron Rodgers going to the Niners thinks they're instantly going to the NFC Championship.
Agreed. Now, do you think the Packers would want to do business with the Niners? Follow-up with Jordan Love, a first-round draft pick for the Green Bay Packers, being the quarterback that they have to see before he inevitably just leaves Green Bay and never get played. What would happen with him? And follow-up, just to redo his contract to go to the Niners, just to play for the hometown team? Is that what you think?
Well, I mean, he grew up a Niner fan or whatever. He wore, he grew up a Niner fan. He always wanted to kind of test those waters or whatnot. So I would love to get like Ty Smith, kind of like, would you take Trey Lance as a backup to Jordan Love?
Oh, Trey Lance could be a backup to
That's
Love.
kind of like,
hell yeah.
Good trade.
Find out what you have.
That's a great play.
let's
That's
do
a
it.
great trade, actually. Alex, good call. Jordan Love has Trey Lance.
Hell yeah.
Now you got two guys. I saw Trey Lance throwing with Patrick Mahomes He looked like he was spinning it. I mean, there was breakdowns of what he looked like coming out of the college into the NFL throwing a football to this particular throw, which is a dart, it does appear. He's working out with Patrick Mahomes. That can only be a good thing, you would assume. Trey Lance might be a guy. We have no idea. Jordan Love might be a guy. We have no idea. So maybe we just put them both on the same team and figure it out.
Why not? Let's do it. Trey Lance, great athlete. Maybe he plays tight end next year.
Whoa.
Okay.
Did you see him throwing with Patrick Mahomes?
I did. He looks good throwing a ball cap on, too. I like that. I think that says a lot about a quarterback. But why not? Why not put him at tight end? Maybe H-back.
AJ, why don't do you talk to Aaron since he got the rocks or anything like that, since the workout with Lazard? Do you think the Niners are maybe in play here?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if the Niners did try to make a play for him. But Ty, are you saying you're not as swayed by like workout videos in the offseason as some people may be?
No, on the other side of it, I'm saying when I see a quarterback who has a ball cap on forwards and he throws a fucking seed, I say, okay, there's something here. This guy's got something.
Thank you, Ty.
Yeah. Okay.
You get it. Ty gets it. What were you saying?
What if it was backwards? What if the hat was backwards?
Still pretty cool, but not as cool as a forward's ball cap.
Good ball right here.
This is a fucking strike.
Thing is moving.
How cool would that be to be able to just throw like that? And then Pat says, okay, boom.
It's kind of weird he's not wearing a ball cap.
Yeah, I mean, and if we're breaking
got
down
great hair.
throws, Trey Lance's looks to be a little more on the line than Mahomes. So that's saying
Is that
something.
Dez?
No, it was MVS, I believe. The wideout?
Yeah.
I believe, yeah. In the video, I think it was tagged MVS. I could be wrong.
Okay. Hey, great catch.
It was.
by
Yeah,
MVS.
Good hand.
MVS flying around. And, Jordan Love wishes he had an MVS. Who are the weapons? Just Dobbs,
Watson,
Aaron Jones,
Torrey, maybe Aaron Jones,
A.J. Dillon.
And then I assume we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get Smith and Jigba a tight end in the first round.
Oh, they're going to take a weapon in the first round.
I think so.
AJ, how great would that be? That would be fucking awesome.
Classic.
I wouldn't. Would you be shocked?
No.
No, but it would be such an interesting little wrinkle of it all.
It'd be a final fuck you.
That's like if Aaron goes to all the OTAs and all the off-season workouts and does everything like that. Yeah. A lot of the Green Bay people would be like, this is what we're... And then Green Bay drafts a wide receiver in the first. This is what we...
What the hell?
What are we? Oh, that's because humans are involved. And there's pride, ego, and things like that taking place.
It'd be a chef's kiss for Gutekunst.
You're talking about one of these.
Gotcha, bitch.
I could see him taking multiple offensive guys this year.
Yeah.
Every pick.
Yeah, right.
Wide receiver. Speed. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to James in Ohio on the 5 Energy phone line. Go to 5energy.com. Use promo code McAfee to receive 20% off all your 5-Hour Energy purchases. Remember, they got delicious flavors. This isn't the old school 5-Hour Energy that tastes like ass.
No.
The same incredible boost of energy for at least 5 hours and incredible flavors, all available at 5hourenergy.com. Promo code McAfee, 20% off. What do you want to talk about, James?
Speaking of ass, happy 2 Girls, 1 Cup Friday, boys.
All right. Did kind of become that for about 15, 20 minutes. What do you want to talk about other than that?
Hey, listen, Carolina, without a doubt, has taken C.J. Stroud, and this is why. Bryce Young, Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, all undersized quarterbacks, Heisman winners. Once they got to the league, batted balls, tipped passes, so much that Carolina got a taste of it last year that they did an in-depth study on what causes tipped balls and batted passes. Sorry about it, Bryce. Start looking for real estate in Houston.
All right, James has it figured out.
Yep.
Oh my God.
What causes we didn't get the answer. What causes the bad ball?
It's size, yeah.
Short.
And Carolina did experience Baker Mayfield last year, so maybe that changes things, AJ.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of like Johnny Manziel comparisons to Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud so far, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, we might have missed all the conversation.
They left out Kyler.
Speaking of conversation, I think Kyler just got paid.
Yeah.
Steve Keim went on Chris Long's Greenlight podcast and talked a little bit about Kyler. Said he's a good guy, great human. Just needs
smile.
Hone in on good smile. Got a good smile. Needs to hone in on some things.
Needs to grow up, or what do they say?
Yeah, well, that's what Beecham said, basically.
Yeah.
Keim was answering a question about what Beecham said and said he just needs to kind of continue to grow and find out about the details, pretty much, is what Steve Keim said. So I don't think he's given up hope on Kyler Murray. I think he was speaking from a place of, like, enjoying Kyler Murray, liking Kyler Murray as a person, wishing for Kyler Murray's success. Obviously, he's the one that gave him the contract and drafted him and everything like that. So he is also admitting that there's some things that he's got to work on. Hopefully, Kyler will be able to hear all this noise and become a better quarterback for the good of his team and his legacy.
I'm sure he will. And I know just like a couple minutes ago on the old chat, I think they posted a picture. Kyler is posting something from off-season workout showing how he's getting back on the field. Squatting,
he was squatting with a sleeve on, and Kyler is an absolute dog athletically. The only man that's ever been drafted top 5, I believe, or top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10 in both MLB and the NFL. His talent is never ending. It's like a pasta or salad from Olive Garden. It's just, is that enough to win is what a lot of people ask. And whenever they have that clause in a contract that no quarterback has ever had, it immediately makes all of us question, does this guy care as much as everybody else? He's an incredible video gamer. He's got incredible talent. Everybody seems to like him as a person. Will he ever be able to be the guy? I think he looks to quell that answer.
You said you threw up from 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I almost threw up by people who tweet like a video or something like that and says Kyler Murray squatting 13 weeks after, and then they put that fucking sentence at the bottom that says driven may be an understatement.
Yeah.
He is.
That's what I noticed.
Might be
driven.
If that fucking drives me insane.
Well, you're driven then.
Why?
To insanity.
Why is it driving you insane?
He's driven for greatness.
Same reason it drives you insane. This guy probably doesn't even know him. He's just probably making some blanket statement like, oh, Kyler Murray's so fucking driven. Look at him doing squats. No one else in the NFL does squats.
Not 13 weeks after surgery.
It's Feel Good Friday.
It was until
you try to make it not, and you can live in that world by yourself. I will continue to believe that Kyler has the potential to be great and great inside of him.
Hell yeah.
And he will reach that level. If he doesn't, we'll all say, why did they pay him that amount of money if they felt like they had to put the clause in there that he doesn't work hard enough off the field like everybody else has to at the position that he's at to be great? Time will tell. AJ, speaking of time, it's time for us to enjoy this Masters weekend, pal. Any final thoughts to say to the beautiful people that are watching or listening from around the globe, AJ?
I don't know. I think as far as the Masters, I'm going to stay with John Rahm being my pick, like I said yesterday.
Okay, he is currently at 8 under. I believe Koepka's at 12 under still at the lead. Rahm in the middle of his round. Koepka is hanging out in the clubhouse.
Hell yeah.
He's having a couple Hoyt teas.
What?
Maybe a pimento cheese sandwich.
What?
Maybe he's enjoying a little bit of the wine that they allegedly have there.
What?
Whatever he needs to do to remain an absolute dog on the course through the weekend, he will try to do. John Rahm's a beast, as is Sam Bennett, as is Dana White and Calvin Johnson. All the boys, great week, boys. Great work.
Great week, Pat.
Great work this week. Mitt, Dirty, Bill,
What?
Nick, Bruce, Zeddy baby, Foxy baby, Diggs, Ty, Connor, Phil, AJ.
Pat.
What?
I hope your platypus is better on Monday.
Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah.
Darius was on this week.
Lombo.
Rappaport was on. Lombo was on.
Solely.
New friend of the program. Anyways, thank you all so much. Okay? We have so much fun. We are still in the middle of up to something season. Will there be news next week? Potentially. Will it be big? Probably. It is a wild time to be alive. We are grateful for everybody. Let's enjoy the hell out of the weekend. Let's win some bets. Let's watch great golf. Let's enjoy this life. And on Monday, we'll be back to talk about it all. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice on this Feel Good Friday. We're going to Chef Bo's. Goodbye.